Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Midnite Snak podcast. It's your boy Brandon. With me today, as always, is Austin.
What up, bitch?
Behind the cameras, Justin, controlling all the shit, telling us what we're doing wrong all the time.
All the time.
All the fucking time, that
All the
bitch.
fucking time.
So, yeah, normally we do this Saturday morning, Sunday morning, but we're like, fuck it. After yesterday, after the dumpster fire that it was, we wanted a good note to leave off this weekend, so we decided, fuck it, we'll do a third one.
Yep.
And then, like, right before we started this, we're like, what the fuck are we going to talk about? What the fuck are we going to talk about? We only talk on Saturday and Sunday. God, Monday. That's just... So anyway, we're going to talk about education, or at least the education system at large. Yeah. So his is going to be rather short as far as what he's going to talk about today, because you only had one form of education.
Yeah. Homeschooled. My whole life.
Yeah.
That was that.
So how was that experience? If you could do it over again, would you do homeschool or public school?
Homeschool.
Why?
Because I don't have to deal with all of your people's bullshit. Like,
Who's
I
people?
had, like, just people in general, yo. Yeah, people are just dicks. And that, and also, like, I don't know. Like, teachers, also, the way, like, my brain works, it would not have worked.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't have.
That's probably true.
So... And also, like, I got to do a lot of things. Like, I got to travel. I got to do a lot because I could do my homework while I'm traveling. Or I can, you know, it gave me a lot of time
discover
to work.
sexuality.
For sure. No, like, it just got me, I don't know, like, more life experience, you know?
That's true, because with Justin and I, whenever we started homeschooling, we went to Delaware for 3 months. We went back to Kansas for, like, months at a time. We went on a cruise. It's like we had a whole bunch of shit that we could do because we weren't stuck in a fucking school, which I recently delivered to a local high school, and it looks like a prison. It's structured the same way a prison's structured. It's like, you've got to be, except for, like, the barbed wire fencing, although some of them do have that.
There's one up in... There's one up in Bonnie Lake that literally looks like a prison.
Yeah. It's
bad. It's really bad.
It's government for you. They don't know how to do anything right.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, it kind of sucked being homeschooled too at the same time because, like, your parent, mom or dad, whoever, but for me it was my mother. It's like that's the person teaching you every day, and then you have no escape from them if they piss you off or, you know, school's just going bad, which it went really bad all the time for me because I had a learning disability. So my mom's like, why don't you fucking understand? I'm like, I'm sorry. I just don't.
Two together.
Two of them, and then it's this.
This is all I see.
3 of them?
Wait, yeah. Wait.
3?
Why can't I do it?
3 of them?
3 of them? Two pinkies and one stinky?
2 pinkies and 1 stinky. That's,
hell yeah. Wait, no, don't know. 2 pink. Yeah, you said that right. Two into pink, 1 into stink.
Yeah.
I
said 2 pinkies, 1 in...
I said 2 pinkies, 1 stinky. Even though technically
did I say?
the reason I got fucked up is because I'm like, this is a pinky.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, 2 pink. The fuck?
Yeah, no.
This is
I understood what you were saying, but like...
This is some whore math I'm not ready for.
Finger math.
I went to an established education system, okay?
Established.
How do you think I paid for those student loans? Actually, I still have student loan debt. That's fun.
Well, obviously, you're not doing good enough.
Yeah, I'm here.
Better.
I'm here. If I was doing great, I wouldn't be here.
True.
Okay, yeah. I mean, technically, I'm currently studying to go into medical school, whatever. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's good though.
My educational background was completely different though.
Yeah, it was.
First it was like private because my brothers and I went to a local preschool at the time in Kansas. And then we went to a public elementary school, Rose Elementary School, which is Rose Hill Elementary School, which we no longer go. I mean, it's no longer there. We're so old that our elementary school's gone. I think the only thing that's still there is the library. Yeah. So, yeah.
The mess hall, I think.
Yeah, we're getting old.
Did you just take a picture of me?
Yeah, he chatted somebody. Don't fuck with my flow here. Anyway, and then we moved, went into another public elementary school, and then my mom, for multiple reasons. One was both of my other older brothers weren't learning very well. One was because he was so smart that he would finish everything and then he would just fuck around for 30 minutes. And the other one,
Just a dumbass.
I wouldn't call you like a dumbass. I would just say you didn't learn that way.
I hated school.
You didn't learn that way.
I hate school.
And most
Like, I
guys
hated
don't
school.
learn that way. To sit down and listen for hours on end.
I went to school
Yeah.
and then I was excited to do recess. That's all I was looking for.
It's because you weren't interested in it. You didn't want to do it. So if you didn't want to do it, you're not going to do it. That kind of thing.
Yeah,
so
I was the same way.
That was one reason that my mom pulled us out of elementary school. I was doing fine.
There's no drama.
And then my sister at the time went to a junior high school. I believe it's called Frontier. She went to junior high school with, I think the youngest you could be was like 12. The oldest you could be is 14. Kids were having sex in the bathroom. They were smoking.
Hell yeah.
At 12 to 14 years
Fuck yeah,
old.
dude.
And my mom's like, hell no, I'm pulling you out of this fucking bullshit system.
That shit is normal, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
And the other problem was my sister's, like, how the lockers are set up is she would have to run to a class because it was such a long distance away from her locker, and then she'd have to go back to her locker and then back to a different class, and it was just such a fucking nightmare when it comes to the logistics of the layout of the school that the kids are so stressed to make it to the next class because God forbid they're late. Oh, that's on me, kind of thing. So yeah, no, she decided, fuck that. I'm homeschooling my kids. She homeschooled us for 3 years on her own, and then we did like 2 years of online learning. You know how well that's working. I can't even fucking speak right now. And then my brothers and I both went to Running Start at Pierce Community College, and then that was pretty much all of our education leading up to graduating high school. So trying to think of like something to lead into. I guess we could start with public school systems, high school and junior high. Out of all my friends who did go to high school and junior high, because in the youth group, there's a ton of kids that were from public schools. From what I could tell, none of them were learning. And in fact, among the guys, it was almost seen as a negative thing if you were actually trying to learn something. So all their GPAs were 2 or lower. 2.0 or lower, which for some of you out there, like, that was pretty fucking high. No, that's pretty fucking bad. Even if you're talking about high school, it's like, I mean, 3 is easy to achieve. All you got to do is sit down, listen, and then like half-ass half the shit, and you can get a 3 pretty easily. I understand why they didn't do it, because high school is such a trash fucking setup. You have a whole bunch of kids who are like growing, so they require a set amount of sleep. You make them wake up super early in the morning, and then you start barraging them with a whole bunch of learning, like things to learn. And what's
nonsense learning too.
And what's so bullshit is you have like 7 years of fucking English.
I don't know.
It's some outrageous fucking number in this state anyway.
I forgot. Well, that and I don't.
It was
I don't
year after
think,
year after year after year after year is just English. It's like, okay, can you teach me something that I might have to know whenever I graduate high school? Because most people, when they graduate high school, everyone has this contention. I don't know how to do my taxes. How do I buy a car? How do I buy a house? It's like, how do I do anything that I'm required to do in life? What's a credit card? Like, what's a good percentage number? What's a bad percentage number? How do I build credit? Like, all of these things you don't learn from the education system, which is, I think, a failure. It's like you don't even know arithmetic either, for the most part, even though they're teaching math year in and year out as well.
Dude, when I was like 4, I learned how to like write a check.
I still struggle with that shit. Memo.
Now, could I do it now? Like, could I?
How do I
remember?
write porn without making it? I'm kidding. I don't use checks.
I've only used one check.
And you could just use a cashier's check for most things anyway.
Yeah. But no, I learned that. I mean, I've also only ever learned cursive, never print. So like my print is utter trash. Like even when I'm like have to write in print, I'm like, how do you write like certain ones? I'm like,
well, most people in our generation they don't even learn cursive.
No, they don't know. So like when I write someone something, they're like,
oh,
What the fuck is up to the right, down, and curl? That's a fucking R, you
Yeah.
bitch.
Well, also, my mom taught me that way too because, well, back then, I mean, it was kind of like something that you just learn.
Yeah.
But also, like, she's
I learned
like,
both.
no, she kind of saw it as like you're gonna be more knowledgeable, I guess, on that. And then also, she just didn't, and it helped with my dyslexia too. So like, if you combined all one word, it
wouldn't jump around.
it helped.
Kind of thing.
It doesn't. The letters don't jump around. The word itself might turn upside down, but like, it's a lot easier. Well, it also depends on the person's fucking handwriting. Because some cursive, it's just like,
Yeah, like my brother's.
huh? Like, I know you're going for cursive, but that is not cursive.
Okay, this is gonna sidetrack a little bit, but with your dyslexia, I'm wondering if you like read things upside down. Like you just turn it upside down for like multiple weeks, and then you just keep flipping it over and over again. If whether or not your brain will eventually figure it out, like eventually your brain will just.
I mean, I've read things upside down perfectly fine.
But you know, there's an experiment done
Sometimes.
where someone wore glasses that basically flipped the world upside down, and
Oh,
after
yeah.
a week, if like the brain flipped it right side up. So after they took off the glasses, the world was upside down, even though there was like nothing to basically make it upside down, because the brain is able to flip things, like it's able to do it. So I'm wondering if you do that enough times, whether or not your dyslexia could be fixed.
No, because
That's what your dyslexia
I mean,
is. It's basically this signal that goes from your eyes to your brain. Your brain is fucking it up. It's basically it's mixing things around as well as flipping it.
yeah, but
So if you
it
can
also
at least-
moves like a G in a word will be over here, but it'll move over here, and then it'll turn upside down or whatever. It like also moves letters around.
Yeah, then I guess maybe not. But who knows?
Yeah. who
Anyway,
knows?
that was a tangent.
Yeah.
But no, I think it's popular opinion to say that high school sucks. Public school sucks.
Yes.
Public school. Private school.
Yeah.
It depends on the private school. You gotta choose the right ones.
But in the majority, they all suck.
The private or public?
Both.
Okay. Public school.
Public school, you
It does
don't
not
learn anything.
incentivize good students. It incentivizes good rule followers.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, can you sit down and shut up for 3 hours while we have a whole bunch of teachers tell you something, and then you get to learn it on your own because we're too lazy to fucking tell you, because we're paid the same if we tell you and don't actually show you. It's like we're not incentivized to actually help you learn. We're only incentivized to make sure that you do learn, kind of thing. It's like, you know, I think this is unpopular among my siblings because my sister-in-law is a teacher, but I think teachers in this state specifically get paid way too much.
And they complain about, I don't get paid. Like teacher strike.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. It's a job. Everyone wants more money. But if you're going to demand more money, and here's the thing,
blue collar workers.
it's from taxpayer dollars too. This isn't like, okay, you're at a private school, people pay into the system in order to get their kids through it, so that incentivizes good teachers, kind of thing. It's completely taxpayer funded, so it's like you don't have to be very good because you're going to get the same money regardless. It's like, I think we should at least be going for excellency a little bit when it comes to teachers.
When it also comes to like where money should go is like, now some manual labor jobs, they pay well because of the dangers and because of the hard work, but some do not at all.
Yeah.
You make more money at McDonald's than you do at some manual labor jobs where you're busting your ass. You're actually learning something skillful, but it doesn't pay well. So you're like, what am I doing here? Like, it's a great thing to know, but it's nowhere I can actually take it anywhere. And it's unfortunate too, because like there's, McDonald's, like, that pissed me off because I dated someone, she worked at McDonald's and she made $2-3 more than I did. And I was working my ass off every day dealing with shit.
It's because of the gender wage gap. It's just flipped now.
It's just stupid. Like, I was like, and also I'm working on someone's car, which, if you fuck up,
Yeah, it's
True.
a liability.
it's a liability. And then, you know, whatever you say, like, it is manual labor, like working on a car. Yeah. And it's also really stressful. Like, you have things.
I'd be okay being a mechanic, but
oh, dude,
there's
you have some parts where you're like,
no, I'm never doing that shit again,
dude. It's. I saw this TikTok and it was like a woman being like, you need to give your man more respect if he works on cars. Like, if he works on cars or likes to do it for fun, she goes, you're clinically insane, in my opinion. She goes, this is so fucking stressful. And she goes, I'm so irritated.
Oh, no. Even though guys don't like working on it, but they like achieving something that makes the car better. Yeah. But while they're doing it, you can best believe. Oh, yeah. Son of a bitch! Fuck! God damn it!
That, like, I mean, like,
where's my 10 mil?
Somehow, like, pieces will disappear, and you always have one extra screw bolt, or bolt that you. Yeah, it is just like.
Where does this go?
Well.
What do I do here?
Yeah. Or,
you know?
Or it's even worse. It's like you got to get to a part, so you got to take off a fender. Then you got to take off like multiple different parts. Or you like finally get to it, and you put it back together. You put everything back together, and you're like, oh shit, I forgot a part. So now you got to break it all back down and put that part back on. It's like, oh my God, I would just quit on the spot. Like, fuck this shit.
So I worked for Toyota and
Toyota.
Some of the cars have skid shields, which
skid plates
underneath the car that protects the oil pan, and some of them have 2 of them, and they're metal. Okay, so one will weigh like 50 pounds, and then the other one will weigh about 25 pounds. So you're not only I was in a pit. So at the time I was in the pit. So like
a pit is where you kind of go down.
It's like
you drive the car over the pit, and you can walk into the pit and basically work on the car underneath the ground,
instead of rolling it onto
a lift.
Yeah. So it did have a lifting system because you put it on.
Yeah.
You know, and you lift it, but it was so frustrating because you had all those little bolts, and then you had to hold it up above your head. Sometimes, and then also like then there were some that had spacers between.
When I told you just use jack stands or just a fucking jack it up, and they would have it hold it that way.
There would be this big ass skid plate, and some of them
isn't it the Sequoias? The Sequoias are the worst, aren't they? Tacomas,
like
really?
The TRD Tacomas. Those motherfuckers, fuck you for making those.
Well, it's because they're literally the off-road version of the Toyota. Because the reason there's 2 is because the standard one comes with 1, and then because now it's off-road, they put the second one.
And then also fuck people that have lifted cars
and squatted cars. It's so fucking ugly. You're not cool. Go kill yourself.
Doesn't make it harder to work on.
Dude, one time I told Brandon this story.
Oh, yeah.
Client had to. Okay, so I'm down in the pit. The car's up here, right? A normal car would be up here. Well, this truck was lifted probably like
a foot.
Oh, more than that. I'd have to say. Dude, like the tires alone, when we took them off, probably weighed about 80 pounds.
Yeah.
They were each.
I would say probably closer to 100 if they're wide enough.
Yeah. I don't know, but it was heavy. But anyways, so like I was literally up inside the engine doing and this oil filter was inside the engine too.
Was it a Toyota truck?
It was one of their, I believe, older off-road vehicles. So like a
Land Cruiser?
Like kind of like that.
Okay.
It was along those lines. I don't exactly know, but it was an older one. It might have been the
FJ Cruiser.
It was an older one, but also there was another truck, and they're more on the side. Like the trucks are more on the side, but sometimes they're in a really difficult place.
The oil filter.
Yeah. But anyway, so I was up inside the engine, like I was literally standing on the
Spider-Man or whatever.
What was it called?
Suspension, or are you talking about the cross?
I was like up in the suspension area, like inside the car. Like my feet were not on the ground; they weren't on.
You're
any
probably on the cross member, which is just the like the quad thing that kind of goes across that everything attaches.
So like I wasn't hanging on; I was actually standing. I had room to sit up inside this car, and I'm up in the real well, basically. And I'm just like undoing this.
Oh,
And then someone's below me having like the catch
oil pan,
Yeah,
yeah.
the oil pan. And I'm just like,
Wait, you didn't have
hold
one
it.
of those oil pans that like here's the pan part and then there's a tube that goes down to the
No.
tank? I want one of those so bad, but they're so fucking
No,
expensive.
we
man.
didn't have those.
That'd be so nice to have though, because you wouldn't have to
We had them in the back shop, but we
Okay.
couldn't have them underneath.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah,
under
that
the
makes
pit,
sense.
because it doesn't.
Yeah.
You have like about that much room inside the pit, and then you have all your tools on the sides, and then you have like all your oil filter, different kinds, and paper ones and non-paper ones. But yeah, it was a bitch, and then the oil got everywhere because it had to hit the. I forgot what I had to, but it sprayed fucking everywhere. It was just trash.
murder
I was literally so pissed after that car. I was just like, I'm done. Like, I want to
me
go
too.
home.
Long story short, do your own fucking oil
Yeah.
changes.
If you
it's
have
not
a
that
lifted
hard.
truck,
It's
just
not
do
that
it.
hard.
That's probably why
He could
doesn't do
probably stand underneath, like have the
Yeah.
truck not
Or at least even
lifted.
lay underneath it and do it that way.
No, he didn't even have to land, because even crouching,
that
I was
high?
like, I could probably do this right
Yeah.
here in the drive.
Yeah.
Like,
It's not that difficult.
No.
Just look up a tutorial and just do it like that. It's like find the oil filter and then find the drain plug. Once you find those two things, you know how to do a fucking oil change, as long as you also know that you got to catch the oil.
but also kind of reaching
and
this.
make sure to fill the fucking engine with oil before you turn it on.
Yes.
Like, oh my god. Oh, it's seized up. Shit. That's
Dude,
that's
there
an
was
expensive mistake
one of my
right there.
one of my coworkers forgot to put the oil after an oil change inside, and he let the customer drive off, and the shop had to pay for a brand new engine.
Yep.
Did he get fired too?
No, that was his second one that he's done.
Damn.
But he was really good with cars. He could do an oil change like in.
It's probably because
Me and him were the fastest ones, but like I didn't do it because I wanted it done. I did it because I was so routine, and I was only bottom, so I only worked on the engine part. I didn't do the
I
tires.
thought the same thing.
I didn't do. Okay, shut up. No, so I was the pit leader, or my pit leader. So like, I was in charge of the team that worked. One was doing paperwork. One was doing the tires and the air pressure.
Oh, how much paperwork? All right, it's
And
this
rotating
year, this
and
car,
rotate-
this
yeah.
many miles, this date. Okay.
No, there was
watch
others
you do
because
it.
I had to receive, because I would have to look for oil leaks or anything like
God,
that.
you today with innuendos.
Shut up.
You had to receive your bottom. Yeah, good job.
No, but like I had to make sure that there was nothing out of the ordinary underneath the car, and if there was, then
like inspection. kind
yeah,
of thing,
and then we'd also have to check every light bulb, replace light bulbs if not, and then we had to replace air filters. Like that was my job.
Yeah.
But I would tell them like, hey, we need cabin filter or air filter and engine filter.
Well, that's also like a good reason to change your oil is when you're under your car, you actually get to see things that may or may not be wrong with your
Yeah.
car. Because if you bring it into a shop, they're looking for things to try to fix, because if they fix it, they get money. So
But I was never telling
Yeah,
people to
no.
get something fixed that didn't need to be fixed right away.
but there
It
there
was-
are dealerships
yeah, there
that
are.
will
That's
just,
why I only do it myself until I know, like, I'm
Yeah.
like, I can't do this,
Yeah.
or
Exactly.
like, whatever. And then if I have a bunch of friends that are mechanics still, so like I don't like working on cars personally.
I heard some story about some guy buying like a brand new Toyota RAV4, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and it was an all-wheel drive, and they said that he needed a new differential on the back because it was going out. On a Toyota, it had 20,000 miles, and then he went to an actual mechanic, and the mechanic's like, dude, no. Like, you don't need that shit.
No.
And then the mechanic went with the dude, and like, because he's a
Right.
pretty well-known mechanic. I think Scotty Kilmer is his name. He's got a YouTube channel. He goes to the shop, and one of them recognizes him, and immediately, like, they didn't bring it up again. It's like, there's some shady shit going on.
Yeah,
So,
no, there's a lot of that. But our dealership was pretty under the microscope with that. Like, our boss was like, don't recommend anything that needs to like.
don't over-recommend
Yeah,
shit.
don't ever recommend. Like, even though
That's
like
good.
we were paid on hours, like selling things.
Yeah.
So like selling like air filters, batteries, light bulbs, replacing, just stupid shit.
the trusted company.
It's
Yeah,
pretty
and
easy.
like we'd do tire
you
patches.
can change your own air filter in like 10
Like,
minutes,
yeah.
even less than
We
that.
would like mount a tire, put on a new tire or patch a tire. Like we would do all that stuff.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, there was a bunch of things. We'd also recommend brakes.
Yeah.
So we wouldn't actually do the brakes. That was later on because I got moved back shop, which is full mechanic, but I was like under another mechanic. So like I was working with him, but also still working. Like he was just more like telling me what to do. Then he would kind of like watch me and being like, no, you got to do it like this to get this off or put this together. This is how you do it. And then he would show me.
Did you like moving to back shop?
I liked it, but not really. Like I didn't get paid really any more than I did.
I think
up
it's
front.
only the opportunity of maybe moving up.
Yeah,
once you get
I mean, eventually you would be making more once you became a certified mechanic, but that you have to go to schooling. They send you to schooling and they pay for it. Well, you have to pay for it in the first, but after you successfully go through it, then they pay for it.
Okay.
So they basically reimbursed you.
Yeah.
Because they're like, okay, you didn't fall through. You
They wanna
actually.
make sure you're serious about
Right.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Exactly. And I thought
get
that was
that.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
So why did you stop working there?
well, obviously management. It was management. It was during COVID times and right when COVID hit actually. And I was just like, they cut. Dude, there was no more pit. They fired everyone in the pit, and who they did keep, which was me and 3 other people from the pit. They moved back shop. They're like, you guys are the good ones. We didn't let you go because you guys are hardworking. You guys are, whatever. And they're like,
That
you're
made me
back
go,
here. And then they let
quit.
so many back shop people go, like actual
Oh,
mechanics.
yeah.
So there was 3 mechanics and there was 4 of us.
Yeah.
So it was a shit show. And then they're like,
And they're
hey,
still paying you the same, right?
yeah, they're still paying us the same. We have to work more hours. And also, there was even more appointments than because every other dealership closed.
Yeah.
We were the only ones open. We're like, why are we open? Like,
Yeah.
seriously.
Someone has to.
The only thing
Well,
I could
I
think
understand
that
that,
I would
but-
recommend to them is
Then hire back the
Yeah,
staff.
Stop doing things that like other oil filter and all that. Stop doing oil filters changes. Stop doing oil changes. Stop doing air filters. Stop doing all that stuff. Just do like the really difficult mechanical stuff.
Yeah.
And that's
But-
probably why they didn't have the front floor. They're like, everyone who needs their oil change, they can go somewhere else.
No, we
Or
still
do it
did it.
themselves.
We did it.
You
We
shouldn't
did
have.
everything. We did.
They should have hired more people, not furloughed.
Dude,
anybody.
just
Now
not
you-
even back shop
Yeah.
things, not even back shop work. There was over 108 appointments, over 108 appointments to 100 appointments a day just for oil changes, like tire, like getting your tires
Swapped, rotated.
Yeah, rotated,
Yeah.
and like this kind of like these kind of things. There was over 100 and something, and we were working so many hours, and on top of that, then we had like we were working on 2 cars at one time. So like I would do oil change over here, and then I would go over here and do the oil change. By the time the oil was draining, then this one's draining and now this one's done, and I would be rotating, or I'd be like rotating, and then my buddy's doing the paperwork, and then he would be done with the paperwork, then he would put on the tires while I'm taking off the tires, and then we had a system eventually after we got the hang, because it took us a little while.
Yeah.
But I mean, even then, like our boss is coming out like screaming at us like, hey, you guys need to work faster. We're pumping out like
Hey,
8 cars.
Hey, here's a
an
suggestion. You can either come over here and help me, or you can hire somebody to help me.
hour. Yeah. And we're pumping out 8 cars an hour. Now that's
fucking fast.
Yeah, that's quick.
Between what, 9 people?
no, that was just between me and my buddy.
Yeah, that's pretty quick.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
between me and him. So I mean, it was quick, but if those aren't the ones also, like that's also things that, like, let's say something need to be big time replaced or something went wrong, and it's like, okay, well, we're waiting for someone that knows how to do this to actually be able to have time, because they're working on a bunch of shit too. And then it was ridiculous.
Was
and
that
then
manager watching you sometimes?
yeah, he would come
How
out
fast you
and he would come out and like stand there and be
surprised he
like,
said that.
you guys need to hurry up. And then that's
How
the
does he not
reason.
See how fast you guys are moving? That just
Dude,
doesn't make
he was
sense.
like, no, he even mentioned it. He was like, you guys are doing really good, but we need to do better. And I was like,
Dude, I don't need a fucking pep talk.
Dude, like, also, do you want it done?
doing great, but
Do you want
do
it done
better. I
fast,
can
or
do
do you
better.
want it done right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like I'm only going as fast as I know I'm capable of without fucking up. And I mean, dude, like we could have a tire rotation, check brakes.
How much did you get
check
paid
pressure.
per hour there?
Well, it depends.
Or something.
No, it was lower than that. It was 13.
So it's basically minimum.
Something. But then you had hours. So that's where you could get a little bit more money. It wasn't a lot, but so if you, it was all off of sales. So if you sold like air filters or whatever,
Yeah.
it would be, I'm trying to remember how much an air filter was. So it was like 0.0.
Really?
It was
Really?
It's like maybe 30 cents.
30 cents?
Like, yeah, about 30 cents extra onto your paycheck. Maybe $1. If that.
So you'd have to sell 3 to get 90
But
cents.
there was times where we would be making 6 hours of sales time a day, because that's how much we were selling. And like,
That is still not worth it though.
it's not worth it.
I make $30 an hour to deliver pizza to
Yeah.
your door.
So
I mean, don't get me wrong. I do my own oil changes, and I got to do them so fucking frequently now because I drive literally 5,000 miles every 2 months. Like,
but no, it was a shit show. And then I left, and then my buddies were telling me, like, he was like, he regrets pushing us. He goes, especially you, because for whatever reason, like, me and my boss had a pretty good relationship, even though he was a dick. But outside of work, he was a great guy. He was awesome dude. Like, we went riding together. But terrible boss.
How long
Like
has he been in
motorcycle
management,
riding.
do you know?
Long time.
Yeah,
Long
okay.
time.
Surprises me.
But I mean, it's nothing about, him. It's just his work character, because some people are great people outside of work, and then when they get to work, they're just dicks. And it's just like, because they're putting on that stress that they have onto you.
yeah.
And so that's the reason why I left. Like, it was a great job. I loved the people that I worked with. Like, that was the only reason why I was there.
Is why
Yeah.
people leave.
Yeah. So I get it that your job is stressful, but if you want to keep good help, don't be a dick.
Yeah, keep good employees.
Mhm.
Do your job well.
I want to
Treat 'em
bring
well.
it back a little bit to the education part.
Yeah.
So the one thing I wanted to talk about was college. So university specifically, not community college. And why it's so fucking expensive. Okay. And I think the price alone is probably the reason that there's a 3-to-1. I think it's about a 3-to-1 female to male ratio. Is because guys, I think, look at it and see that there's no reason for them to go when they can be making a job without putting themselves that far into debt. I wouldn't say that's a logical choice necessarily. There's just, you see it and you're like, well, I won't get a job afterward. There's no guarantee. I'd rather try to figure out if I can find a job now. It's a high number. Now, it depends on the university, because some universities have like college teams. And when they have college teams, there's typically more guys that go to those colleges than girls do. But
Yeah.
in most universities that don't have that, then there's more girls than there are guys. It's a pretty high ratio. I can't remember. Can they see the screen?
No.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's multiple reasons why it's high. I think the pretty large reason is, just like the medical field, for every faculty member, meaning everyone that lectures or everyone that is considered a professor, their wages have been relatively stagnant, about the same. About, I think it's like maybe $80,000 to $100,000 a year, depending on what they teach.
Mm.
Administrators have not only increased in the amount of administrators per college, but have like tripled in the amount that they have been paid. So administrators are getting paid so much more than faculty. Justin, you could look that up, just how much more administrators are paid. Like administrators versus faculty, universities kind of thing. That's one major reason, is administrators are being paid millions of dollars a year, easy. And then faculty is only getting paid, and we'll eventually pull up the number. not pulling it out of my ass necessarily. It's more of an educated guess. The other reason why university is so expensive, why when my father went, he only spent like $3,000, and then when my sister went, she spent $90,000, even though there's only a gap of maybe 30 years. The major reason, I think, is because people are able now, whoever they are, as long as they're accepted into a college, they can get a loan like that. Which means now everyone that comes to a university has the mode of income. So what is a university going to do? And most of these loans that are given out federally, so from government. Now that everyone has the means to go to college, now I can charge more for college. I can charge everyone more because the government is stepping in and helping those who don't have enough to get in. And there's not a lot of competition either. Most universities offer the same degrees, offer the same opportunities. There's not much difference between them. So I was saying the annual salary for...
This is for administrators.
Yeah, but that's college. I want more specifically university. College, I think, also lumps in community colleges, and that's why it's $44,000 a year, even though it's also colleges and universities around the entire United States. Yeah. So here's this: the executive vice president and vice chancellor of of universities, $187,000 a year. Okay. And I'm pretty sure most professors are about the $90,000 range.
But yeah.
So they're making double. Easy. I'm not saying their job is necessarily easy, but they're being paid a lot of money. I would say, comparably speaking, professors probably have a lot more on their plate as far as workload is concerned, because you're talking about teaching. In my case, when the university I went to, I was lucky enough that the class sizes were only 30, 40 students large. Some universities are 400 students large. So you're talking about professors that have to set up their lecture, make sure everything's going, and grade the homework, and they're doing so much shit, and they're getting paid so much less than all of the not faculty, but administrators. And there's a ton of administrators, too. It's not just one or two or three. It's like...
Still not bad.
For professor?
Yeah.
4-year public research? I don't think that's most. And I think those...
It's Washington.
And yeah, it's also Washington. And I believe professors at certain universities, if they're not tenured, are paid less. So it depends on if you're tenured too. The education...
This isn't completely accurate.
I think when it comes to the idea of tenure, you need to remove that immediately. If someone's not doing a good job, you should have the ability to fire them on the spot. There's no questions asked. If you have tenure... that allows people to become lazy, and you're like, well, I can't fire them because they're tenured, and we let them tenure. So it's like, no, don't do that, because you should be able to immediately fire those who are not actually actively trying to teach students something. So I don't know what the solution would be, other than I think government really needs to get out of it. I don't think that everyone should go to university. In fact, I would say that overwhelming majority of people that are in universities today, as well as yesterday and years prior, didn't need to be. There are a lot of jobs that will accept people who don't have a formal education, as long as they can prove to them that they have the know-how.
Yeah.
So one common thing is, if you know how to work on computers very, very well, I believe most places that either repair hardware or they work with software, if you know how to do it really, really well, they'll hire you. They don't care if whether or not you have that degree.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't need it necessarily. You just got to prove yourself in that manner, because right now we're actually seeing that, and a lot of people are who hire are seeing that people from universities are by far less inept at their job that they are claiming that they're good at than those who don't even have a degree, that are just going for it.
I feel like it's because you have something to prove.
It's two things. One, I think universities teach you a very structured form of whatever it is, instead of learning it on your own and learning all the problems that can come along the way.
Then also and having
it dumbs you
out
down.
of the box thinking.
Yeah. It dumbs you down. And basically and I remember saying this to my parents. I'm like, I feel like my thinking Like it used to be just I'd pull from everywhere, but now I got to make sure it's in a certain box. Like I got to make sure that I'm doing it this way. It's like, and that's what I feel like university really taught me to do is just make sure to stick in the box. Don't go outside the box. Because I would ask and luckily enough, I had humble professors sometimes. If I was advancing so far beyond the rest of the class, which I did a couple times in certain classes because I really liked the subject, I would ask a very complex question to test the professor.
Oh, yeah. They love that.
I do that on purpose because I would tell me immediately if whether or not I need to pay attention.
Oh.
Because
Clever.
there was one class where I did that and I could immediately tell, and I was like, okay, maybe this professor's nervous. It's maybe this is their first time teaching kind of thing. So I gave some leeway. It didn't change. And I was like, from what I have been learning, I feel like I could teach this class better than you, and I suck at teaching. So I immediately stopped. I was like, and because she would spend 20 minutes per slide. Yeah. And she would get at the very end, and there's 10 more slides to go over, but it's the end of class, and then we have to go over the next week and the next week. So we were so far behind. I'm not going to say what class it was because that could actually maybe come back on me, but.
We could say what class, just not professor.
No, because then anyone can go in and be like, well, you're in this class with this person, this teacher. Yeah, so okay. It was also that same class. Funny story. Actually, it's not really a funny story. So in that classroom, because the teacher wasn't very assertive at all, she was more like repressed in a way, kind of like anxious but kind of quiet, which is not really the personality you need a professor to be. There was also this other quiet girl that was asking a question, and she was just asking the teacher. She was being like pretty quiet. No one else in the class could hear her. And then this bitch of a classmate's like, "What are you saying? I can't hear you." To a girl who's obviously shy and doesn't want to like.
Damn.
I could feel the tension in the room, and all of the eyes went on the woman that said that.
Yeah,
I could feel the tension in the room. I'm like, all it'll take is her to say one more thing, and people are starting to stand up. Yeah, like, shut the fuck up! Like, it was about to get to that point. I was like, oh, this is the weirdest experience I've had in my life when I can feel everyone's anger just rising. It's like, oh, this is cool.
I hope she felt it too. She probably felt it too.
I think the one who yelled did, but the shy one's like just like repressing into her shell, like yeah.
But that's probably she never said anything after that. She's like, oh shit, I said something dumb.
Yeah. I've also had professors who obviously knew what, like, they were very knowledgeable in a subject, but they couldn't teach it or shit. I had one teacher. It was a math class, and. Yeah, I'm not going to say the class. He would write out a problem, show you how to solve it, erase it off the whiteboard,
and then have you solve it.
And then he would write a new one. Uh-huh. And then he would have you and those classmates around you try to solve it. Well, here's the thing. It was a completely different equation. It's like, I didn't just change numbers here and there. It's like, no, it's completely different. Good luck. It's like, that's not how you teach. It's like, sure, you showed me how to solve one problem, but show me what you're doing so that I can take what you did in solving that one problem and you apply it to others. He was like, here's how to solve one problem. It's like, yeah, but not every problem is the fucking same, especially when you're talking about this level of math. It was, I don't like that math right now because of that reason. But the previous quarter, I also had another math teacher. She was so fucking funny. She was very Asian, but she was like, she didn't take shit from nobody, but she was really funny too. Yeah. And she wasn't offended if you were joking with her, as long as it didn't interrupt the class too much.
Asians don't get offended.
No, they definitely don't. And
stereotype. It's just true.
I'm gonna just try to tell you exactly what this teacher was like. So our first day in any university, typically the first day of class is everyone go around and say your name, something interesting about yourself. You're not actually doing anything. You're just introductions kind of thing. You might do one thing and you're like, shit. It's like, great, I got to do school the first day. Son of a bitch. Yeah. And it's like, and your homework is due tomorrow. It's like, fuck you. I wanted to just write down everyone's name and then hand it in to you. This is like super easy sometimes, but
I'm here for preschool.
So you don't know who is sitting around you necessarily, and in university you understand that, or at least for me, I'm conservative. I'm going to come out that way. I'm a conservative. So going to a university, oh my God. It's like I felt like if I said that aloud at the university, immediately I had a target on my back. So I just like, I'm just not even going to fucking go there. But anyway, leading on to this story, there's a girl who was sitting in front of me to the left a little bit, just one and over to the left. And she was asked by the teacher, all right, what's your name? And she said her name. It's all right. All right, why are you in this math class? And kind of in that tone. And this girl answered, well, I just see that women aren't really represented in STEM field kind of thing. My teacher, who's a woman, it's like, but look around. Everyone here is woman. I'm a woman. And it was it's like, I love this teacher immediately. I'm like, yes! I was like, that's what I wanted to say too. I'm like, literally, there's 4 guys in this class and I'm one of them. Yeah. But anyway, later on in the quarter, as we have established a relationship where I would give her a sly remark, sometimes she'd give it back to me, and I loved it. There's one time I had to go up to go use the restroom, as any student do. You don't have to raise your hand in a university, you just go to the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom, and she asked me, where are you going? I was like, to the bathroom. What are you, my mom? And I leave to go to the bathroom. Yeah. And as I'm walking, I kind of hear a little bit of laughter come from the classroom. Like, oh, she said something. So I went to the bathroom. I came back. I sit down, and the classmate that I actually, became friends with. Yeah. She's like, she put you in your place after you left. And I was like, what did she say? It's like, she had just learned that I turned 18 like a few months before. She's like, oh, he turned 18. He think he adult now. I was about to die laughing because I was like, oh, this is great. And she's teaching math. I'm like, this is awesome. Oh, yeah. She came to me later and she's like, you're so good at math. Why aren't you math degree? I'm like, I'm good at solving puzzles, but that doesn't mean I want to solve the same puzzle some old guy's already solved. It's like, I'm doing this to become a doctor. Yeah, yeah. She was probably my favorite. She's up there anyway. The other one that I would say is like pretty close. She was just really bubbly. She was always happy, really bubbly. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Spanish.
What?
Spanish.
Oh no. I'm talking university. Oh. But our Spanish teacher, he was a good teacher. He was really personable and really hilarious. Actually, yeah. Yeah, it was easier to learn Spanish too because you couldn't speak English, but it wasn't so difficult to not speak English in the class because he was so expressive about everything. Yeah. He asked me, like, do you have a girlfriend kind of thing? And of course I answered back to him, I don't know it now, but I answered back to him, yes. And he's like, okay, how old is your girlfriend? I said her age. I can't remember what it was. It was like 21 at the time. Or 20 at the time. And then he's like, looks at me all confused because he knows I'm young. He's like, how old are you? I was like, I'm 17. And then he says a word in Spanish and a couple of people laugh because they're native Spanish speakers. And then he writes an English word on the board. And I still didn't get it. It was cradle robber. And I didn't understand what that term meant.
I already know.
That term basically means
hold on. I can
an older person in a relationship. Yep. The idea of cradle robbers, they go into the cradle to rob you to basically you're now theirs kind of thing.
Rocking the cradle.
Yeah,
it's another term.
Yeah.
Cradle robber. Rocking the cradle.
I was still so confused. I'm like, not only am I confused, everyone's speaking Spanish.
Double whammy.
I just got roasted in Spanish and I didn't even know it. And then even when he explained it in English, it was like, I don't know what the fuck that means. You would think that, my dad would have taught me because my dad did the same thing as me. Our mom was 18, my dad was 15 when they got together. I was 15 and then my girlfriend was 18 at the time. So it's like we did the same thing, but Dad never told me what that was. I never learned what that was. No one called my mom that. I mean, once you get old enough, it doesn't matter as much. Like I'm 22.
Yes.
There you go.
Okay. It's so hard for me.
Now too.
I'm 22 and my wife is 25, turning 26 this year. So we're separated by 3 years. So 22, 25, that doesn't sound as bad. 15, 18, it's even worse as 16, 19, or 16, 20, actually. I remember that. That was interesting. But back to education.
But why is it so much worse when a guy... I understand why.
Oh, I know why.
I know why.
Power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if it's literally like... if he's a good dude and, like, you know... like that, I understand nowadays.
Because
guys.
when I was 15, I was bigger than my girlfriend.
Yeah, no,
So it didn't matter.
I understand
when you were
that.
11, you're bigger than your girlfriend.
Yes. Well, I was fatter at that point. 13, I was taller.
I understand it. Don't get me wrong.
Kids.
I understand it. And of course, I would never do it. But like,
Yeah.
but yet when a guy gets a girl that's older, they're like, "What a legend," you know?
No, I don't see that actually. I haven't gotten that. No one's coming up and be like, "Hey, good for you. You got an older one." It's like, no, all the guys like the stereotype is like, "Oh, she's young."
Okay, I'm gonna explain this. I'm gonna explain this before because it's gonna be taken out of context.
Take it out of context, baby. Contacts.
I
don't wanna
I
talk
like
about it.
older women. Like not older women. that's
Rare.
no. I like a few years older.
Come
Like-
here, baby. I'm gonna show you a good time, then I'll give you your PlayStation 5.
No, I normally like a few years older. So like, you know, let's say like
them
I'm
mature.
Well, I'm 24, so like probably the highest I'd ever go is probably like 30.
Oh, I don't have to think about it anymore. I'm married.
No, I
Hell
understand that, but like 30 isn't so bad. for me.
You got to be careful,
We're
though.
getting old now.
The reason I say careful, and this isn't to demean anyone who is 30 years old, but girls, the second they turn 30, their ability to have children it goes down
I understand
exponentially
that.
from then on out. So you got to be careful, because if you want to be a father, you want to have your own kids, then
You can always adopt too.
Yeah.
true, you can always
some people
adopt,
don't
but
do
it's up to you whether or not you want your own kids. And fuck you if you're like, oh well, you should just adopt a kid. It's like, I want my own kid.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's like, can we all agree that in life we want our own kid? It's
Yeah.
like, I'm fine with taking
Why
on a couple extras, don't get me wrong, but it's like, I want my own kid.
Then
know?
you can look at adopting after you have your own
Yeah.
kid, because you're like, okay, I have my.
I want to fuck up my kid,
My
and then
own.
I'll treat the adopted kids to the point where they'll be doctors and lawyers, you know, and then my kid will just be some kind of drug addict on the side of the street.
Oh man, no, I don't know. Like it's just like more the maturity
Yeah,
aspect.
That's where I'm at.
Because, well, also like I feel for a guy, I'm pretty mature. Like in the head, I'm mature. Okay.
Everywhere else.
Now, okay, but like with my humor, with everything, it is not mature by any means. I know that, and the shit that I say is not mature. But when it actually comes to substance, not necessarily. I have my head on straight. Like I know the mind, like the mental. Like I know the tolls. Like I don't. You know, I feel like I'm more mature than a lot of guys at my age.
You're not the salted.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna go fucking shotgun some White Claws. You down? Oh, bro.
I'm gonna party every night.
No, like I barely
Yeah.
drink.
Go to college to
I have a
party.
drink maybe like
A friend we know.
dude, I have like a drink like maybe once every 2 or 3 months.
I've had 0.
Well, I know because you don't drink.
Well, I know, but I'm telling them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But and then I don't smoke weed.
Do
I
these
might-
have anything on them, or is this just wieners?
It's spicy.
Is it
not
like how
over.
spicy?
It's not
Is it
super
like
bad.
It wasn't bad for me.
So it
It
bad
wasn't-
for him.
it wasn't
It's
bad for me.
kinda- yeah,
Okay.
Take a small bite. That's good.
is it habanero?
I don't know, but I'll do one. So
Someone
these
made
are
it-
spicy.
A friend made it for you, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think they're habanero. Which isn't that bad.
Yeah. 20 seconds there.
Because it's sweeter.
No, that's
Habaneros
spicy
are
shit,
sweeter
that's
than
sweet.
Want one?
No,
It's not that bad.
No, it's not.
You sure? Okay.
I was thirsty before I ate it.
Usually when you drink something, it's kind of bad.
I mean, it's still lingering, but it's not. Sorry, I just swallowed.
Not lingering.
I swallowed and then
It's
it hit my
lingering.
throat. You know,
Oh.
you know when you swallow and it hits your throat and
Yeah.
you go. Yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah. That guy
That's what
goes
she
flat.
said.
No, but
Especially when it's already down
I
there.
don't know. I just feel like anyone my own age, I feel like
There's some.
there's some, but anyone
think
nowadays, I feel like
It
I have to
depends
get
on if she has a
more-
strong relationship with her father.
I feel like just a relationship with their parents in general, because it is.
I really
more,
think
it's a
fatherlessness is a problem.
It is. But it's
and not to say
more-
that motherlessness isn't, but right now, today, there are by far more kids without a father than kids without
But also,
a mother.
I feel like if they're a little older, they were raised kind of the same way I was. Like, they have that
or at least
same-
they've finally come around to the point like, oh, those ideas are stupid.
like they have the way that I grew up. Now,
Oh,
if I
boy.
date anyone younger, then it's like
There
What?
are 1 in 4 children without a biological step or adoptive father. Holy shit. That's
It's getting
high.
worse and worse, too.
sounds about right.
Okay. To any of you fathers that have a son or daughter out there and you're not taking care of them, fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
You're ruining your kid's life because you want to live the glory days? Too fucking bad. The second that you had a child, it's your fucking responsibility. Act like a man because you're not one. Go fuck yourself.
Yep.
Now, if you died, well, you're not listening anyway, but like,
It's not your fault in that case.
yeah, it's not your fault, Steve.
I really want to tell that joke that I said one
No,
time.
no,
I know I can't.
No. Why does it say no data for this? Oh, never mind. There goes excellent connection call. I was like, no!
Gotta do a second stream today. Or broadcasting.
But, okay, to go back to the education thing a little bit. I don't want to discourage everyone from not going to university, but if you don't have a job lined up for after university, or you haven't thought that far ahead, don't. Okay? Because just having a degree is not going to get you to open doors that you couldn't open before. Because the degree that I got, it's called a bachelor's in biomedical science. There's one job that I can get with it, and it pays about $18 an hour in a state that pays $14.49 an hour. And it's being a lab tech. It's the most boring, to me, it's the most boring fucking job in the world. The reason I got the degree wasn't to get that job, but there are some people that just got the degree because they thought it sounded significant enough they could get a job that paid $30-$40 an hour. You may, but the degree itself only goes for that. The other things that you can do, it's not. The other thing that you can do with my degree is you can go to postgraduate. I wouldn't recommend going to postgraduate unless you have your heart set on teaching or you have your heart set on truly one subject, because you're going to be spending hundreds of thousands of dollars and you're going to be hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt after you're done, and you best believe you have a job lined up afterward. The reason I did it is because I could also get into medical school, which right now I'm studying to get into. Right now I'm studying for the MCAT, which, for those who don't know, stands for Medical College Admissions Test. It's basically like an SAT that you get into like any other university, but it's more specific to the things I learned over the last 4 years: biology, chemistry, physics, psychology, all of those fucking things. But unless you're getting a science degree, engineering degree that will land you a job afterward, don't fucking go. It's not worth it. Don't go for an arts degree. Okay, you're not gonna get anywhere unless you're going on to become a lawyer. Fine, do it that way.
And this is something we should learn in high school. There should be a course based off
Yes.
preparing for college.
Here's the other thing. Universities, drop all the fucking degrees that don't matter. They don't matter. Stop teaching them. You're literally hogging up so much space and time in degrees that don't matter with classes that don't matter, that don't teach you shit. I had to take 3 different classes that I didn't learn much. One was like a multicultural class in which I learned about the border specifically on both sides. It was kind of informative to an extent, but for the most part, we just read a whole bunch of literature on the subject. It wasn't that fun, nor that interesting.
Success.
The second one was art and culture in the Pacific Islands. You want to know when I'm ever going to use that knowledge? Fucking never. But I took the class because it went for my degree. Why is there even a class, art and culture in the Pacific Islands? Why? I mean, don't get me wrong, some of it was kind of cool, but most of it was like, why am I even learning this shit?
It's Isn't it basically history, learning about history?
For the most part, yeah. It was more culture than art, but you still had to know like the connections between the two. What like multiple different islands had different art styles, and you had to know which art style was to which island. I was like, why do I need this information? I only took this class because I had to for my degree. But why do I need it for my degree if I'm never going to use the information that I learned from this fucking class? It's like, drop the class. Why is it even there? And there's some other classes that I think are just absolutely so stupid. Gender studies. It's a pretty easy class. There are men and women. Go out into the world. It's like, really, you don't need a fucking class for gender studies. It'd be like, well, women think this and men think this. It's like, okay, then get into psychology. You don't need gender studies. It's like, you know what? Psychology has always interested me. Like, you could go to college for psychology, I think. I think everyone, it's a hard field to get into, and the reason is because everyone's fascinated with how everyone thinks, and most people think the same way. Okay, they have mechanisms that they use that every other human being uses, and there's a lot of similarities between people, and if you know how to manipulate the similarities, it's kind of fun. Like, one thing, it was just like a social experiment. It wasn't anything to do with psychology. There's a video that I watched. Don't know if it's true. You can test it on people who don't know about this. If someone's talking on the phone, they're just talking, they're sitting down, they're walking or whatever, and you walk up to them, let's say you have a chip. You hand them the chip. They will take it and they'll hold on to it. Just instinctively. They'll just be on the... But they'll hold on to it and they'll keep talking. They'll do that. Everyone will. Just try it. Like, empty plate. Just hand it like this, too. Just like normal, like you normally hand a plate like this. Just take a plate while they're talking on the phone. They'll look at it while they're still talking, and then they'll just kind of hold on to it while they're talking. As if it's like, I want you to have this. You're like, I don't know why you want me to have this, but I'll hold on to it anyway until I'm done. Yeah. It's just a psychological trick. And there are other things you can do, too.
I was waiting for you to eat that chip, by the way.
I was, too.
Well, it's a normal chip. It doesn't have any hot sauce.
No, I'm going to put...
Well, if you ate it, you wouldn't be able to use hot sauce.
True.
That's why I was laughing on the
but there are other tricks. One that I
time.
learned, it wasn't even in like any kind of psychology class. It was some girl that just kind of breaks down like how you can win an argument. You know how you can win an argument? Go silent.
Go silent.
Other person will keep talking and talking and talking because they're trying to get something out of you. Stop talking, because they will keep frustrating themselves and frustrating themselves and frustrating themselves in a cycle. All you have to do is stop talking. You don't have to do any. Let them like work it out in themselves. Like that's what I did with Karen. I just let her keep going.
Oh.
Well, and eventually I put in a little jab. Yeah. Eventually I put in a little bit of a jab, but it's like most people, if they're angry and they're trying to tell you something, if they get it off their chest, then they'll leave. Yeah. But if you let them get it off your chest and you say something, now they got to say something to be on top of you because you were the last one to say something. They want to be the last one to say something before they leave.
I just let them vent and say, sorry, I can't help you with this.
Yeah.
And they leave.
Oh, especially with Domino's. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, my pizza. It was one pizza and it's $40. Like, why didn't you fucking look at it before you place the order? It's like, don't look at me like, oh, yes, I can give you the deals. It's now 20. It's like, yeah, what are you going to do, barter with me? Well, the best I could do is 35. It's like, no.
Honestly, that would be kind of fun.
It would be a little bit.
Yeah.
Back
to Africa,
for this?
Oh, dude.
That was so much fun.
Yeah.
Haggling, yeah.
Haggling.
I love it.
Especially during
But I'm also really good at
hurting.
buying things for really cheap because I just know how to talk to people. Like, I've gone... Every vehicle I've gotten, which all of them have been bikes, except for my the car, I've gotten for a little, if not 500 or 1,000 less than what they posted it for.
Yeah.
Because
I think my problem is whenever I do that, I always point out the negatives, and that gets them on the defensive, and that doesn't work. I don't know why.
I don't ever do that.
That's what I do, and then it doesn't work for me.
No, I don't really point out I never point out the negatives unless there is a negative, and I'm like, hey, this is actually a pretty big negative.
Yeah.
That I'm not willing
there's
to
no
do
fucking
on
tire. I can't drive it out of here.
Yeah. No, but like there's this guy that was so firm on my last bike that I had the accident. Shut up.
Oh my god, he was so strong and firm. Like my dad. I was speaking as you, yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's not really firm anymore. He's kind of
He's powder.
yeah. So
Oh, that's so funny. I'm getting tired.
he's
bone dust.
He's crack cocaine, but bone form.
He's snortable.
Dude, your dad could fly. All you got to do is let him out.
Hell yeah! No, but
Until it rains, and then well, now I got to.
But
come
the
back.
last bike I had, it was a beautiful bike. Like nothing wrong. I think there was like 4,000 miles on it, and no damage to it, nothing. And he was asking 6 something for it, and he was like firm. And I talked with him, and I kept talking with him just about the bike and like whatever. And eventually I was like, hey, can I come take a look at it? Blah, blah, blah. So I went to go take a look at it. Then we actually got to talking. I let him, we got to kind of know each other. So it's not just like, that kind of, I feel, because then you could establish more of a relationship there. And then you have an easier time to negotiate. Yeah, kind of. And then you just talk with them. And then, like I got it for 4,800. And he was asking 6.
Nice.
He went soft.
He did.
Yeah, he's no longer
instead of firm.
He's no longer
soft.
firm. He's soft.
Yeah, no, I was like, hell yeah. But it was pretty cool.
I don't know what I was saying before we went on this tangent.
More education system.
I thought I said everything when it
Education
came to
Oh,
that.
just haggling. We're talking
Oh,
about
yeah.
your cars.
No,
Well,
that
no,
was
before
a-
that, it was
Dead
like
Dad?
someone saying
Dad.
about the pizza, and then psychology, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and then what classes, like what to go to a university for. Any kind of science that you can apply. So don't do biology. Don't do biology. That won't give you a lot of money. Chemistry and physics. Well, sometimes physics, not always. Computer sciences sometimes.
Oh yeah. Computer science is growing.
Yeah, but they don't like to hire people out of university as much as they do someone who just grew up with computers and did it. Yeah. Nursing's a big one. I don't necessarily always advocate that people do it. It's a tough job, don't get me wrong, but it's one where you'll
It's
get
worth it.
you'll get a job afterward as long as you pass.
It's worth the pay. It's worth going for the pay.
As long as you can pass all of the tests, including the last one, which is called, well, in this state, it's called the NCLEX. As long as you can pass all the tests and you can become a nurse and you actually enjoy it, then you get paid pretty well. So if that's your passion, you can become a nurse. Doctor, lawyer. Is there anything else? No, there's not really anything else. Because I can assure you that there are tradesmen
trade
that get
school.
paid triple
Yeah.
what a lot of
Electricians.
the
Sparkies.
professions that I just professions that I just listed off, they get paid triple what I just listed off. No.
I'm kidding.
Domino's, you make, like I said, it's about $30 an hour, and if you factor that in 40 hours, that's what, 1,200 times 4, that's 4,800. So you get paid about 4,800 a month, give or take, if you're working 40 hours a week.
You get 4.25 weeks per month on average.
What? No, you get 52 weeks. Oh, you're talking about
So
you don't work
full
every
time.
week of your life. You take breaks. Yeah, I get that. It'd be better to just do 40 then. Because then it would just be, 48,000. You could make 48,000 at Domino's pretty easy per year. And with my wife and I both working, you can
This is 40 hours a week.
40 hours a week at how many weeks?
$31 an hour.
For how much?
52 weeks.
Did you say $41 an hour?
No, 31. $31 an hour.
Oh, I only make okay, maybe
You
now.
Also,
Maybe now I make 31.
It-
And you can, if you double that, that's how much my wife and I both make.
Yeah, with closing and everything.
Yes. So my wife and I are easily on track to making $100,000 this year by just delivering for Domino's. It's an easy fucking job. Like, let's say you're in college, I would recommend doing it because most I don't know about Pizza Hut or any of the other ones. Most of the time they're pretty flexible with hours. Most of the time. If you have your own car, you pay your own insurance, and you're an adequate driver, you don't have a long, extensive record when it comes to, like, collisions and stuff, you can get hired pretty easily at a Domino's. As long as you can, like, prove that, yeah, I can drive, I can work. I'm here.
Yeah.
Tip-driven jobs are pretty good.
Yeah, especially in this state.
Yeah.
Yeah, this state you get paid minimum with tips. In other states, you get paid below minimum with tips. I think Texas is like, what?
Yeah.
$2-3
Oh, dude.
and then tips.
Yeah.
So yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get paid a lot. Yeah, 213. Nice. But
13.
But if I remember correctly, if you don't make enough in tips to exceed the minimum wage of $7.25, then your employer will then give you the rest per hour. So I don't know if that's true. I haven't looked at them. But yeah, no, right now I make a ton of money doing one of the easiest jobs you can fucking think of. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not very purpose-filled, but my wife and I are just looking to buy a house, so that's an easy way to save up some money.
It's cool because, like, you know, like, even, like, little jobs, just, like, like, something that takes literally not even half of a day. Like, it can take, so,
And the other thing, too,
30
is
minutes.
There's other jobs that aren't, they're not, I'm not hearing myself as loud. Okay.
Yeah, I hear you.
Sorry, I just can't hear myself as loud, so I'm like, ugh. There are also some things that, like, if you're really creative, yeah, there we go. I can finally hear myself. If you're really creative and you can find a way to sell that creativity, you can make a ton of money.
Especially woodworking.
Especially woodworking or metalworking, metallurgy, or any kind of
That's why I want to get
welding.
into it. I want to get into woodworking, and I also want to teach myself how to weld.
Yeah. You make a lot of money that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I thought about for a long time going into underwater welding.
Oh,
That's a hard, dangerous, but it's a very well-paying job.
Yeah. It's become less and less over the years dangerous, but it's still like the mentality or the fatality rate is really high still.
That's not as much as I thought.
That's
when
that's starting.
That's,
Top 10% still don't make that much.
300,000 a year, and you get the travel.
How to seize your... Wait, what? Yeah, but it's only saying that the top 10% make $83,000 a year.
I'm guessing this is out of country, and this is probably in our country. No? It's in the U.S.
Median of $37,000 a year.
No, that's not
The
right.
top 86% making... Wait, what?
And
That
some
doesn't
of
make
these
any
might
sense.
be wrong.
Now, it also depends
I think
on
those
how...
figures are wrong.
Okay, look up deep sea underwater welding.
Oh, yeah.
Deep
Yeah,
sea.
no, and then we're talking about dangerous jobs.
Yeah.
Dude, just the oil industry alone, you can make a lot of fucking money.
Underwater welding.
And they'll teach you how to do it most of the time. You don't even need a degree. Sometimes they will require you have some education.
So there's other... Okay, that isn't always underwater welding, because there's people that, you know, work underneath the ships, big, huge cruises.
Yeah.
Building them, or when they're putting them together, you're doing all that underwater welding or whatever. Or like when you're doing something fixed, or most of the time you're working on pipelines or stuff like that. Like one of my friends has a friend, and he's an underwater welder, and he gets to travel the world and makes $250,000 a year.
Yeah.
And he's not even like top tier yet.
And,
like
another job I can think of that's pretty fucking easy, and if you're alone or you don't have anyone in your life, learn how to drive like commercial driver's license, and then just drive a truck.
Yeah.
You can make pretty close to $100,000 a year if you're driving that much.
Easily.
Yeah. Especially if you have your own truck eventually, and you make a lot of money doing that.
Yeah.
And it's not difficult. I mean, I think it takes your toll
Okay.
on you, but it's not difficult work.
I'll tell you. So I like simple jobs for my business, or for me and my buddy's business. We literally are kind of Okay, so a company hires us out to do some of their work. So we're general contractors. We do house remodeling, stuff like that. But they were like, we need some guys to put in sinks and disconnect other clientele sinks to go in the day before or the day that they're getting new countertops. So we would come in, unhook the sink, take out the sink, and it takes like 30-40 minutes, if that.
Yeah, it depends on how much
caulk
was used.
Yeah, but and some of them are just sit-ins, so they just sit in and they just have screws underneath, and so you just unscrew them. That's it. And it's not even that hard to get, because you just take like a knife or something, you just cut around the sink and then
and it
comes out.
And it also depends on how much plumber's weld was used on the pipe too.
No.
Really?
You just unhook the water lines, you disconnect the piping, and it's all screws. It just screw in.
Well, yeah, but it's all plastic too.
Yeah, it's plastic. Sometimes now you have that bitch one that was like, I'm gonna be the Hulk today when I put this tubing on. Yeah. But most of the time you're just like,
most of the time you crack it that way. Don't do that shit.
Yeah. But anyways, we're putting most of the time new plumbing in, but all we do is go in for this company. That's all we do is we go in the day that we get there before, we unhook the sink, takes 30 minutes, we leave. They come in the next day, hook in the new sink. We don't even set the sink because they do that themselves because they have to with the countertop. So they even put the sink in. We just take out the existing sink. They put in the new sink. All we have to do is get the new piping. Now, it can take a long time depending on there's times where it's difficult and you're spending like 5 hours on one thing that should be like a normal sink takes like maybe an hour.
So just put it back together?
Most of the time it takes about an hour to 2 hours depending, because you have to go do a parts run.
Oh yeah, I had to do that. Yeah.
So
I had to do it on this sink back here.
That's including the part run.
I had to do it on this sink back here because I was trying to take off the lever because it wasn't even working. So I took off the back lever and I was like, oh god. And then I take everything apart, make sure there's no clog. There was no clog. And then I'm trying to put it back together, and there's this ball and socket joint that has a long arm, which is what was controlling whether or not the plug would go down or up, whether or not try to put it on. Because it was plastic on plastic, I stripped it.
Nice.
So I'm like, now I got to find the right part for it. And I was like, I want to find something where I don't need that fucking shit. So I finally found the part where I didn't need that shit. And I tightened it as much as possible. And it started to leak. I'm like, oh,
but just that
shit.
job.
And then I just loosened it just a little bit, and it didn't do it anymore.
But just that job is pays $450 per job.
$450.
$450.
Yeah.
For maybe 3 hours of work.
So 150 if it's yourself, and then 150 if it's you per hour.
Yeah.
But if you split it between two, it's 75 per person.
Which is pretty good.
Which the only problem with that though is because there's a lot of time where you're not working.
Yeah.
And because you made that.
Become a bigger business.
Yeah, but it's like you made not 275. $225. So you made $225. It's like, yeah, well, technically I made that working at a shift at Domino's. Can you find another job to basically get on top of me? Well,
I didn't get on top of you.
But no, you're bottom. So
yeah, that's true. That was good. You set yourself up there.
Yes, I did. But no, some like mechanics that are on their own can make a lot of fucking money. A lot of fucking. They got to buy their own tools. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot to get into it, but the second you're in it, you can make a lot of money. There's some jobs where you're just literally installing or taking apart like heaters and AC units. You can make a ton of money doing that. It's like don't set your heart so much on what every parent is telling their kid to do, which is to go to college. You don't need to go to college.
Dude.
Figure out what you want to do in life first before you go to college. Don't listen to the fucking I've had faculty member tell me, it's fine if you don't know what you want to do. It's like, no, it's not, because you're going to be spending money on shit that you don't need because you don't understand or even know yourself enough to know what you want to do. Figure out yourself first if you want to go to university.
Plumbers make bank.
Oh, they make a ton. Like, well, okay.
Electricians
starting
make bank.
Starting out, electricians and plumbers, not so much. But once you, like, you're 5 in the job, you're making more than the professors that are teaching you at universities. Yeah.
Plumbers kind of fascinate me. I've watched it on YouTube. Just
also, HVAC workers make pretty well too.
Which isn't that a lot to do with air conditioning? Or is it just the air, how air flows in here? Like, it's what's above our head right now is literally an air.
Yeah. HVAC. It has to do. Oh man. Yeah. Anyways, just do that.
What does HVAC stand for?
HVAC work.
Was it like literally H?
Yeah, HVAC. H and then VAC, but I believe it's one word, but you're fine. Yeah. Just enter. No, just HVAC.
What do HVAC?
What is HVAC?
Yeah.
Why is HVAC?
I think it is. I think it's like
heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Okay.
So sometimes you have to
ton of fucking money doing that too.
Yeah, you can.
Which Justin, you can look that up next.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing. Also, don't go for a job just because of the money. Go for the job because you enjoy the work.
Yeah, roofing.
Because sure, you can make.
Oh, dude,
maybe you can make $150,000 a month being the best damn plumber that you can be. But if you don't like the job, it's not worth it.
20. Okay, so average in Washington
for
State.
me, if this becomes my job, I love to talk, so this will be my job for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
600,000. I'm gonna go with that one.
That's also Zip. That's also Zip Recruiter, which is like hiring out an HVAC person.
Yeah.
So,
but there's a certified HVAC, but then you have your employees that aren't certified yet, and they're learning to be certified, so they're not making as much as a certified HVAC. Yeah. Now, but like, oh, dude, you can make so much money in the.
My recommendation: just watch all of the episodes of Dirty Jobs and find that one job where you're like, I would love to do that shit. People, they make so much. Yeah, but I don't want to smell like shit for the rest of my life.
Garbage workers.
Well,
working for the dump, they make bank. The drivers that pick up your garbage, they make bank.
I don't. I think, as far as I know, we had a friend who did, and I don't think it's as much as I make. It's not. How much do garbage men make?
Yeah, garbage men. Yeah, it's garbage men.
Yeah, it's
not going to be accurate for our state.
No.
That's for salary. That's for Washington, though.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
I still don't trust
I don't trust that.
Numbers and it's not always accurate.
That's because you use Google. Google not right. Google lie. Google tell you right. They tell you need to become doctor.
No, but
doctor salary, it's like $300,000 a year with an asterisk over it. Like, this is what the top physician makes. Well, technically, a top physician is a government employee. He makes $400,000 a year, and he goes by a famous name. Everyone loves him. I say his name. If I said his name in front of your mom would just immediately go to town. You know who I'm talking about? Last name starts with F. Fauci.
Oh.
Yeah. He makes $400,000 a year to never touch a patient. Yeah. And he's been in the job for longer than both of us have been alive, almost combined.
That's why.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we start the...
Would you rather
shove
a cock up your ass or suck a cock?
Okay, so I have this sauce here.
Or do both at once.
This sauce. I have this sauce here that I'm going to do because Brandon is too much of a pussy to try.
No, I value my butthole. Thank you very much.
Boom. Here.
400 and he makes more than the president of the United States. Yeah. He's the highest paid public official and has been the highest paid public official for literally 40 fucking years. And what has he done? Nothing. All he does is talk.
Yeah.
He's short. I'm not kidding. He's so fucking short. He's like 4'11".
Damn.
I'm getting mad right now.
We need to get your mom on this show while he's talking about it. So you both would be
just have her listen and then film it, and then we'll just all
Okay. So,
God.
before we do this, the would you rather's, I want to die. So, while I'm doing it, because we can do it while I'm dying, and I have no milk, I have nothing. So,
I'll give you some milk.
baby bet.
Don't you worry.
Don't tempt me. Goddamn.
I don't have a lot, but I might be able to.
Also,
squeeze
the
some
nipple,
out.
you don't got big nipples. I need something to grab onto, you know?
I need proestrogen.
So,
Yeah.
if any of you know what Scovilles are, I think...
it's an arbitrary unit to basically say how spicy something is.
How spicy things are. Look up California Reaper, Scoville units.
Isn't it like 8 to 18,000?
No.
California Reaper.
I think it's 3...
Oh, 2 million. Holy shit.
So,
I underscored it.
the never mind. I got that wrong. I thought it was 3 million. So
holy shit.
The California Reaper is 3 million. I have this sauce here, and it is 6 million Scovilles. So
that's 3 times hotter than a California Reaper.
And I've had a California Reaper. They're pretty bad.
Boom, jalapenos.
Yeah,
that gives
shit.
people a comparison because some people don't.
So
that still makes my butthole hurt. So that's why I'm not doing this shit.
So.
Oh, here, let me. Make it bigger.
Go back.
I used to be able to eat spicy food
like
that.
Wait, I don't know if they can actually see it well.
Hold on,
go back a little bit.
Let me do the YouTube
light. The light.
What the fuck?
Back a little bit. It says 357 mag, I think.
Yeah.
Are you trying to show how many Scoville?
Yeah, it says 6 million right there. Anyways, you can't really see.
We'll get a better setup one day.
Here's a chip.
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, by the way, I need to talk while we're doing this. So, I did that as a joke.
Not gonna put.
I'm gonna say this 100 times on our channel. Actually, no, like 2 times. You will never hear us say like, subscribe, or except for now, comment or ring the bell. Because if you enjoy our content enough that you'll do either one of these things, you don't need me to tell you. We've watched YouTube since we were little, and I can tell you right now, every YouTuber that just says it incessantly over and over and over again multiple times per video, I almost don't want to anymore.
I almost dislike.
Or the ones that show you their analytics of how many people aren't versus are.
Yeah, that's so annoying.
I don't want to subscribe to you, so we're not ever going to do that because we see it as cringy shit. And if you really want to and you enjoy our content, then nice. If you enjoy our content, then you'll just do it anyway. I don't have to fucking tell you. I'm not your dad, okay? And I'm never going to be your daddy, so go fuck yourself.
Would you rather never have a life without air conditioning or never be able to use deodorant?
Never be able to use deodorant because there's such thing as soap.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that was a pretty easy one. How about you, Austin? What was the question again?
Can have a pleasure without the pain.
How many drops did you have?
I put a pretty big drop.
Drop? Nice. Can you think clearly?
No.
I would rather have my head shaved.
Would you rather have...
I never answered the...
Back this one.
Wait, Justin, no, read it to us. I don't want to read it and then answer
already
it.
Did, so.
No, read it again.
Because I read the next one and I
can't.
answered it.
Yeah.
Without you reading it, so no one knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'll repeat it. Would you rather never have a life without air conditioning or never be able to use deodorant?
Never use deodorant.
Okay, which makes sense because you don't even have air conditioning.
Yeah, I don't. We don't have air conditioning.
Would you rather have to shave your head or to have your nose pierced?
Shave my head. I've
Nose
already done
pierced.
it.
Oh, yeah. I'll do that too, probably, actually. And I hate nose piercings. All right. Would you rather be extremely allergic to your favorite food or forced to eat your least favorite food once a week? That's a good one for you. For Austin. You just puke on stream.
I would rather be extremely allergic to my favorite food because then I can just change whatever my favorite food is. And sure, I have that for the rest of my life, but being forced to eat my least favorite food once a week, what would my least favorite food be?
I like too much food, so yeah.
There's a lot of food that I don't like. I don't know what would be like my least favorite. I don't like tomatoes that much, but they're not that like
There's
bad.
some bittery fruits that are disgusting. disgusting. So yeah.
Yeah, but I think when it says least favorite food, it's like edible food that anyone else, if they ate and it's food that they enjoy, then sure.
Once a week, like
Oysters.
eat my least favorite.
Really?
I would rather, well, because you only have he's only got like a very narrow selection. If he takes out one thing, he's only got 2 things he can eat for the rest of his life.
You want me to open the window for you?
My guy eats chicken nuggets with fucking, what the hell is that echo? You hear that?
It's because of my headphones.
Oh, I was like, that was weird. Okay, great. Echo.
All right. Oh, we already did that one. Would you rather have to make a 1-minute speech in front of 10,000 people or have to kiss a frog?
Kiss a frog.
Kiss a frog.
1 minute speech
already
in front of
kissed a
10,000
That's
people.
because you've done that before.
I've already
Yeah.
kissed. I've already kissed a frog. I've kissed
Well,
a fish.
I
I
haven't done it in 10,000, but I've done it in
You
front
have
of
enough practice.
at least hundreds of people.
And frogs, I would literally do
Dude,
that.
I've already kissed a frog.
I've already
like
kissed a
multiple
frog too,
times
but I
before.
just wanted to say I didn't care.
Because I love frogs.
I don't care either way.
I've eaten frogs.
As long as I have time to prepare for the 1 minute speech, I'm fine.
Have you guys eaten frogs?
No,
No.
and you can only eat the legs, I think.
Yeah.
That's the only thing
it's
with
actually
meat.
pretty good. I had it on the cruise.
Nice.
Anyway, would
Did
you
it taste
rather-
like chicken?
Yeah, it's very similar. It has a fishy. You know the smell of frog, right?
Yeah,
It kind of has that taste with it too.
Okay.
But more so chicken.
that doesn't sound that bad.
No, it wasn't bad. Would you rather constantly worry about germs or be terrified of a monster?
Terrified of a
under your
monster
bed?
under the bed because, and then I could just make sure that my bed has no gap under it. Next,
Yeah, that's true.
there's nothing
You
under
say-
my bed.
Well, you don't even have a gap under your bed.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, you do. You used to not. I think.
Because why would I want to constantly worry about something that I can't see?
Yeah.
Like everyone that did for literally 2 fucking years with something called COVID. I don't want to be that person anymore, you know? I want to live my best life.
So those ones seemed a little simple. So let's do some harder ones. I
Soda
think these
made
ones
it
are a little
worse.
difficult.
Water does.
Water makes it a lot worse.
Soda, the carbonation almost makes it worse.
Yep.
The spice.
I don't think you like ice cream sandwiches, so I'm not going to give you one.
I can. Oh, I love an ice cream sandwich.
I was like that. I'm sure you would.
Where? Just a regular one? Like,
It's
grab it.
if there's
You
any
can
left.
eat it if you want. Oh,
Well,
there's
no,
no-
you have some in the freezer upstairs, don't you?
I never
The
bought any.
the circular ones. There's circular
Ice cream
ones
sandwiches?
upstairs. Grab them.
Did I buy those?
No, maybe mom
Oh.
did.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I
There's
might
like
have
the
one too.
looser. Okay, so I'll carry on for Justin because Austin can't talk right now very much. Would you rather live in a country with a low cost of living but horrible weather, or live in a country with a
already
high,
live in them.
or live with a high cost of living with a see? We currently live right now in a part of a country where high cost of living and sucky weather. So go fuck yourself, Washington. It's like, I would rather take either one of these. I'd rather the low cost of living with horrible weather. Now, if it was low cost of living with like literally gangs on the street, then no. But so low cost of living with horrible weather, or high cost of living with amazing weather. I think low cost of living is more of my I think this is it's like
I didn't see any ice cream sandwiches, but would this help?
no, it's in the freezer in the drawer at the very bottom. So you open the freezer door and it's at the very bottom shelf. I wouldn't do the ice pops. That's not gonna help. It'll make it cold but still spicy. Would you rather have to face that would you rather have a face that everyone laughs at, or a name that everyone laughs at?
Yeah.
Name.
I already have a face that everyone laughs at.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Yeah. It's still my favorite roast that I've ever done to you.
Yeah, fuck you. Would you rather be smart but a total jerk, which is me already?
Thank you.
True and nice.
You didn't grab me one, bitch?
Wasn't this already open?
No.
No.
Oh, you wanted one? I'm
I
sorry.
said grab a couple. Oh, thanks.
I love not being able to think.
Would you rather be smart but a total jerk, or really sweet but really dumb? Hey, that's us.
Sweet and dumb because I'm already that. So
Yeah, but I'm already smart and a total jerk, so. I don't know.
You only get one
Sweet
if you
and
have
dumb.
some hot sauce.
I would say sweet. Okay. I'd say. Yeah, that's actually tough for me because I know what it's like. I know what it's like when men are angry. I love that fucking meme. I know what it's like to have sound so like fucking self-obsessed by saying I have a higher intelligence than a lot of the people around me. But I know what it's like. It's not fun. You don't want to be smart. It doesn't solve your problems. It doesn't make you any better. And in fact, it just reminds you of all the times that you fucked up. It's not fun. Because if you're so smart that you can see all the times that you fail and you really like brag on yourself for it, it sucks. So I'd rather be sweet and dumb. Because life is more important than intelligence. Would you rather go...
Sorry.
Wait, was it not good or something?
No, I thought you already did this one.
No. Would you rather go through your whole life being the most hilarious person or being the most hilarious or the most intelligent person?
Hilarious.
They're the same.
Good point.
The top comedians are one of the most intelligent people on the planet, and most of them are left-handed too, because left-handed people are also more creative or have a tendency to be. Would you rather be trapped in the Matrix or the Lord of the Rings universe? Lord of the Rings universe.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these aren't that hard. I was hoping for harder ones.
Would you rather the highest temperature ever be... Wait. What? That doesn't make any fucking sense.
That's confusing.
That doesn't make any fucking sense.
The highest?
Literally the lowest temperature... It would have to be negative 100. I get what they mean, but...
So the lowest temperature would be 100 or more.
So it's like, do you want to live in a place where it's always above 100 or a place where it's always below 100?
That's so dumb.
Yeah, it's like, oh, obviously the one that it's always over 100. No, what the fuck?
I would do the 100.
Really?
Over 100.
No.
Yeah.
No, fuck that. Ooh. No, that one's easy.
Yeah.
No fingers.
Ooh. Would you rather always have bad gas or always have a really dry mouth? Bad gas. Oh, actually, let me think about it.
Dry mouth.
Like, you can't satiate it, though. Both of them suck. Because bad gas signifies not only smell, but bad pain, like discomfort. Oh. I don't think this one's going to be a very good list. You want to know why? Scroll up.
Grow up?
It's not going to be a very good list. She's on it.
Yeah. I guess I'll show the viewers that.
I think these are so fucking great. No one cares. Ooh.
What does that say? I can't
Would
even
you...
see it.
Wait, Justin, you read them. You read them. I need to
Alright.
stop reading them.
Would you rather have finger-sized nipples or nipple-sized fingers?
My nipples are tiny. I would show it on air, but I got a little bit more flab than I'm comfortable with. I'll wait until I lose some weight, which I'm not helping. But also, I think this ice cream's made with like coconut milk or something. It doesn't taste the same.
Would you rather eat chocolate-flavored shit or shit-flavored chocolate? Ooh.
Chocolate flavored shit.
Yeah, duh.
Yeah, it
It's
tastes like
eating
chocolate to me.
chocolate-flavored rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I'm not getting sick,
Yeah, that's it.
yeah, you just see little dog nuggets, and you're just like,
Oh, shit.
wow,
It was
tastes like chocolate. Well, you don't care because you don't eat chocolate.
Yeah.
Oh, you wouldn't like it either way.
Are you basically like, are you a chocoholic or do you hate chocolate? That's how we're gonna weed you out.
Popsicle. You think that'll help? You're still
Ooh,
dying.
would you rather shit on someone or that one's pretty easy, or have someone shit on you?
Shit on somebody.
Let's go down here.
Well, hold on.
Some
Go up. Go up.
Some
Go
people
up.
are into that shit where they're like, I want.
Would
someone to
you
shit
rather?
on me.
Come back to where we're. Would you rather shit on someone or
No, the
have
one
some
below
shit-
it.
Oh. Would you rather have sex with a hideously ugly person or a beautiful fresh corpse?
I mean, if my wife dies,
Oh God. Oh no.
I think a beautifully
I was
fresh
trying to
corpse.
do an aww
No.
because I'm calling my wife beautiful.
Beautiful fresh corpse.
I don't have sex with anyone other than my wife, so I can't do it. I can't do either.
Would you rather go bright purple when embarrassed or sweat so much you soak your clothes?
I already sweat so much.
You have experience.
Purple.
Yeah, purple, because and then people are gonna be like, "What's wrong?
Yeah.
I'm scared."
We'll think it's cool.
It's what happens when I see the gays.
It's also less gross.
Or burp every time.
Would you
Wait,
rather
wait.
fart every time you laugh or burp every time you cry?
Burp every time I cry
Yeah.
because I would
That'd
stop
be fucking
crying.
hilarious.
Well, that and I don't cry. I don't cry anyway, so it's like.
You never burp.
Yeah.
Would you rather eat your family pet or kill your parent?
Ooh,
Eat
well,
my
that's
family-
not. I'm just
Yeah,
like,
family
cat.
I'm just like, that's not very
Yeah.
difficult for you. You only have one.
Exactly.
I gotta kill both of mine. I gotta go through my dad. I gotta kill my dad.
Just make sure you got a
Does it,
sniper rifle.
okay, does he put up a fight in this scenario, or is it like snap my finger, he's dead? Because if it's like I gotta put in the effort to kill my dad, then I would rather eat my family pet than go through that shit.
I'd rather just eat my family pet in general.
Okay, for those of you who don't
Sometimes
know,
you don't like them anyway.
my dad looks a little bit like me, probably a little bit more like my oldest brother, but he's fucking huge, like gorilla huge. Like I wouldn't.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a teddy bear.
He's silverback gorilla big. I mean, he's gotten a bigger belly lately. He slows him down. Don't get me wrong, but he's got arms for
football
days.
player big.
Yeah, he's
He's
Yeah.
pretty jacked.
Yeah, we got his genes.
he's starting to turn into a bit of a ball though.
a ball.
Yeah, he's kind of his belly's getting big.
Really
If he
bad
watches
BO.
this, I'm sorry, Dad. That's the truth.
Really bad BO.
Would you rather have sex with someone with really bad BO or really bad breath?
Really bad BO.
It depends on
Really?
if you kiss the person while having sex, right?
And I
Yeah.
like to kiss someone while I'm having sex.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but
I
if
would-
wait, do you go down though? Because if you go down on them, it's gonna be down there, the smell. So you're like, if you like going down on a girl, the BO is gonna be down there.
As well.
well, I know it's gonna be everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather bad breath because I'll just not kiss.
And it does say sex with someone. It doesn't say a girl.
How about it? Oh my goodness. Would you rather see your other half in a porn video or your parents?
Parents.
Ooh.
Well,
Can
in my
I
notes, you know.
can I be the one in the porn video?
You
and
be
when-
the one in the porn video.
It depends
but
on
they
the
won't-
porn video. If another guy's fucking my wife, obviously not. But if she's
Yeah.
just fucking herself in front of a camera, then it's starting. If it's foot porn, then I don't really give a
No,
shit.
it's watching
Show
your
feet.
wife in a porn.
Get fucked.
Yeah.
So,
Or
do you want to be a
parents.
cuckold or do you want to watch your parents have sex?
Yeah.
That's stupid.
I'd rather watch my parents have sex.
Yeah, I'd rather watch my parents have sex because at least then I have some dignity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you rather cheat and be caught or be cheated on and never be told?
The
Be
last
cheated
one.
on and never be
Yeah.
told.
Yeah, I
Because you
I
never
can't
know.
come to terms with
I-
cheating on
suck.
someone. and
I
getting
don't
caught.
know how someone cheats. I really don't.
Yeah.
I don't understand that mind.
Like, if your thought is, well, as long as I don't get caught, I'm fine. It's like,
Dude,
you're fucking,
everything
You
always
need to
comes
break
full
up.
you are
circle.
less
Point.
than human.
Everything always comes full
I've never
circle
been cheated
eventually.
on, and I've never cheated on anybody. I don't know how it feels.
It sucks
But I
being
can-
cheated on.
I can assure you that it probably sucks.
Have you?
Really?
Yeah.
When? Wait, who?
T.
With who?
T.
Ah,
Hey,
ah.
she did?
She did?
Wait, with who?
With a married couple.
What?
Really?
You did a
Mhm.
threesome?
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
Ooh.
oh, she did it with both of them?
I'm
Or
not
did
sure.
she, like, was she a wedding wrecker or something like that? I
No.
forgot what that's called.
No, oh no. I'm pretty sure it was either with the husband, but they had an open marriage. It was either with the husband or with both of them.
Open marriages are so weird.
And
I
you were
don't know.
and you were openly in a relationship at this time.
Like me and her were dating. She became friends with this couple I did not like and I had issues with, and she was around them every day. Like she went to go hang out with them every day, and eventually I didn't see her like barely any, and she really didn't text me anymore until I caught him and her holding hands, and I knew they had an open marriage, and I was like, cool. And then she had nothing to say because I caught her, and she was just like,
And you guys broke up.
At least it wasn't.
Right?
At
No.
least it wasn't the girl that always cries and tries to put the blame
yeah,
on you.
no,
That-
it was so funny how awkward it
Because
was.
you were doing this
See, I
wrong,
didn't know
why?
that. What
Yeah.
a fucking bitch.
Yeah,
Yeah, not a very good lady.
It's
And
just,
then-
I don't
then
understand. The only thing I can understand is maybe like there's a bit of adventurous of ooh I might get caught kind of thing, but it's not
Adrenaline.
worth. It's
No.
not worth hurting someone so fucking bad, you asshole.
Yeah, and she
to
was-
be like, I'm adventurous.
She was already
And then she
abusive.
spread rumors.
She was
about
already
you, too.
abusive physically and emotionally, so it just sold the
That's
injury.
why your father's heart rate went
So-
up.
Yeah.
So
Oh, wait,
Well, he
did you
didn't
tell
know that.
Did you tell that story?
What?
Oh,
About-
in the hospital.
Yeah.
Whenever you mentioned.
Oh,
When
I
you were in
don't
the
know.
hospital?
Yeah.
So when we finally got to see him, we saw him I think the day or the day before he died, but he wasn't awake. He was
It was a couple
he was
days.
intubated and everything. He was out.
I
and-
remember we were talking with you. We're like, you
And
gotta
the
go
only
in.
reason why we
you
got
gotta
to
go-
see him is
Yeah.
because he was critical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember we were together before that happened. We're like,
Yeah.
you got to say something to get his heart rate up.
Yeah.
What is something that you could say that would get his heart rate up? And you're like, oh, I'm gay. I'm like, yeah, your dad would probably be like, ah, right. And then you came up with the idea of like, hey, dad, I'm getting back together with.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then he goes
That's when they
in.
kicked you out of the room
And I didn't know he
I'll let
actually
you tell
did
the
this,
story,
but you
Yeah.
continue.
So when okay, so I first went off with the joke, Dad, I'm gay, and not his heart rate didn't
Yeah.
go up or anything really. It was
It's
just
like
kind of normal.
bullshit.
But his heart rate was low. That's why I was saying these things, because he was getting into really dangerous territory with his heart. And eventually that was the cause of his death because his heart gave out on it.
Yeah.
But I said, Dad, I'm getting back together with my ex. And then
Beep, beep,
and then it was
beep,
like
blood pressure's going up.
like it was
or the monitor's
really
going
funny.
off too.
Yeah.
Like the monitor's like beep 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 beep. Like too high blood pressure.
It
Did it go up
wasn't
pretty
because
high,
his was really low, and so it was above, or it was almost right where a healthy heartbeat was at. And my mom was like, "Continues doing it." Yeah,
Yes.
Hey, Dad, I sold the truck.
it was
We sold the house.
we knew you weren't gonna
But
make it.
it-
You're weak.
it was-
And
it
just
was
wakes up.
really-
I'm not.
it was really cool because then it
Sorry,
kind
be
of proves
Marley.
that they listen,
Yeah.
that they're listening.
It proves that he was
but-
still there consciously, because there's no
Yeah.
way. There's no way the strange coincidence his blood pressure
Yeah.
went up right after you said
his
that.
heart rate was, but yeah.
I remember
Like, it
hearing
was-
that. That was the funniest fucking shit
Yeah,
I've ever
it was-
heard. And it was like, you know what? That's a good memory to leave
Yeah,
off of. You
it
know?
is.
You know, if I was like lying down, like my kid comes in and he tells me
Says
that
that.
stuff, and I could force my heart rate to go up. If I gotta leave that legacy, I'll fucking do it.
So
That was pretty cool.
yeah.
And they kicked you out of the room because of that, right? That his
No.
heart rate was going back up? Or?
No.
Oh, okay, I thought that was the reason.
They're like, "What did you do? What did you do?"
Well,
I started sucking my dad's dick.
we had one day, but we only had a certain amount of hours that we could be there for.
That's so dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was like year 2 of COVID.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like, oh, we got the same rules. Like,
Yeah.
you haven't learned shit.
But-
Like your doctors, you're practicing medicine, which should mean that you have tried different things up to this point, but no, they just did the same shit over and over again. Anyway, we could get into that for another day.
Would
Back-
back to this.
Yeah.
Would you rather wear someone else's dirty underwear or use their toothbrush?
It depends on the someone
Toothbrush.
else's.
Yeah, if it's clean-ish.
No, it's like if it's my wife's, I don't give a shit.
Well, toothbrush. I mean, the stuff that you put on the toothbruch cleans it anyway.
And it
You can
doesn't-
Also heat
And it
up,
doesn't
too,
say that you
oil.
wear it on your crotch. Like,
Disinfectant.
what if you're just into the, you know?
Ooh, no.
Whole headwear.
Yeah, it's my
There you
wife's
go.
dirty underwear. Ooh.
Yeah, it depends on.
I'd rather
who-
use their toothbrush.
Yeah,
I don't
I'd
give a
rather
shit.
use the toothbrush,
Yeah.
If
too.
I'm already
Now I'm thinking
making
about
out
me
with my
too.
wife, I don't really care if I'm using her toothbrush, you know? I
Well,
don't care if I'm
we're not
using
talking
yours
about your
either.
wife, we're talking about some random.
I
How
don't
about a
give a
homeless
shit.
guy?
I
How
don't
about
give a
homeless
shit.
guy? Okay.
It's a toothbrush.
Yeah. Honestly.
Oh, his germs are on it. Yeah, gun, whatever.
What am I gonna get?
Not right
sick?
now with my
Ooh.
mouth sore, though.
What if they have a gum disease or a disease that could spread to you?
AIDS?
Yeah, sure.
It can't spread that way. No, it can't spread that way.
It can spread with.
It only spreads
through underwear?
with
bodily fluid.
Yeah, which is sperm or semen, or whatever girls
What if-
excrete. I forgot what that's
what
called.
if he comes in his
And
toothbrush?
also, I don't know if you can actually, like, if it's in, you know, okay, AIDS is spread by gay men, so there's only one way that happens, right?
No, it's needles.
Animals.
the percentage of those who get AIDS from needles is so far lower than gay guys getting it from unprotected sex.
Yeah.
So just think about that.
Before you become gay, son, you better think twice. Although now, if you have
No.
HIV, you can actually treat it.
When women have AIDS, or you contract AIDS when you have sex with a woman, that means she has had sex
With a gay man.
with a gay man
Or she's had
or a
sex.
bisexual man.
Or she's had sex with a gay man who fucked a woman who had a child that
Binary.
it spread
Yeah,
to. And
right.
then,
So
Or by gay man.
I know someone with AIDS.
You know someone with it?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, no.
you've got
I've never really
AIDS.
thought about it that way. So,
HIV, but full-blown AIDS.
but he's kind of sensitive about it. So I wouldn't
I would
necessarily
be too.
make jokes.
Wait, are you sure HIV? Or...
It's HIV.
Okay, well, that's not that bad. If it
It's-
doesn't develop into AIDS, then you're good.
Well, it's
And you can take
he
a lot of
shows
medic...
it like it shows
What? What shows?
Fine.
the
Fine
the
with it.
blisters or whatever you call
If
them.
any kind of sores have developed, then that means that it's gotten to such a late stage that he's about to die. Okay.
Way to scare the shit out.
HIV, it's a retrovirus which changes your DNA in multiple parts of your body. It basically goes in and basically attaches to your DNA in every cell, which causes the cells to become damaged. However, you can take medications. The HIV will still be in your body forever, but you can take medications that will prevent it from doing that.
Mhm.
So you can live your entire life with HIV, a normal life where you have no symptoms, nothing.
Mhm.
As long as you take that medication. However, if it gets to the point where symptoms have started, I don't know if you can slow it down. Yeah. So if he's already showing spots, because I know I watched a documentary about Freddie Mercury, and he started to show spots too. They're like little skin lesions that don't ever go
Then
away.
maybe it's not like the full AIDS. Maybe it's some other sexual transmitted disease.
Yeah,
that he
that's
can't
what
get
I'm.
rid of.
Is it on his
Possible.
crotch or that
Yeah.
region? Okay, then it's probably just STD because AIDS doesn't.
Okay.
It's not localized to just
Then
the peen.
he has an STD or
Okay.
whatever.
Which I mean,
Which
you don't have to be gay to have.
No.
By the way.
Well, I thought it was AIDS, but maybe it's.
Would you rather have a 1-minute conversation with your past self or your future self? Future self.
A 1 minute.
Mm,
Well, it depends on how far past.
yeah, this was tough.
Yeah, that's. A
I'd
good
have to prepare
question.
the 1 minute and know what I'm going to say.
Future self, because I would ask my future self what stocks. are
Yeah,
buying.
what? No, I wouldn't.
That's only because
I don't want to
finances.
cheat myself that way, and I don't want to see my. I don't want to see my future self. I want that to be a mystery because if I know where my future self is, then I'm like, okay, I'll do the thing to become my future
All
self.
I
and
would
it's no
do
longer
is
like
ask
discovery.
him. All I would do is ask him. This is really sad. I didn't mean it to be sad, but I'd be like, "Are you married?"
No. And you're like, I want a minute with my future self. You look to your right.
Never mind.
Where is he? Oh shit.
Oh no! You know
That's
when
probably
you
what
die.
would happen. In my,
Well, I guess we answered that.
Now
No,
you know
no,
when
it's
you die.
you. It's you tomorrow.
Oh no! Maybe I don't want to start. I want to know when I die.
No,
I'd
I'd
rather
see my future self.
conversation with my past self.
No.
To give him wisdom.
No, because I mean, I don't think you'd. Okay, let's say in the scenario you tell your past self it will change things for the future. Oh boy, I don't think I want to do either. Then
Well, you could tell your past self what stocks to buy too. So it'd be
no,
either way
I
for me.
still wouldn't want to do that.
Hell, I would.
If I had the 1 minute conversation, I'd make sure that my past self doesn't know that I'm them. And then I'd
Yeah.
probably just bestow like one little piece of information, one like piece of wisdom that my past self will go.
As a kid, I would love to see my future
That
self.
that my that my past self will go.
As a kid.
That was weird and contemplate for his entire life until eventually he's like, oh. And I just go, my past self. You like me?
Oh, now you traumatize him. And then it actually happens. Like
Yeah.
your future self.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Oh shit! I'm getting fucked by. I'm not gay.
I'm not gay.
I told my past self that as a joke, and he took it seriously. I was such a fucking idiot when I was a kid.
If you could reincarnate yourself, would you rather come back as a human or an animal?
Animal.
Mm.
101. 100 animal.
Human.
No, owl.
It
I
depends.
would be an owl or a shark.
Okay, it depends on the human and the animal. Like I don't want to be an Asian girl, you know, because my chances of even making it out of the womb is very rare. So,
And your life might be horrible too.
especially if I'm born in China.
Or India.
I think Family Guy did a joke about that. Like, death is, oh no, death, you're dead. You're super dead. I'm super death. And it's like, oh, what happens? Oh, you just get reincarnated. And he kills him and he disappears and then he reappears. Asian baby. Girl. It was like, yeah, that's fucking
funny.
weird.
Animal.
I also wouldn't want to be born as a human in Africa. Just saying.
Yeah, it depends on where you're born.
Yeah.
Like, we're pretty fortunate to be born in America.
I still
Yeah.
want my sentience though.
Your
So if I
sentience?
sentience, which means your ability to think, your consciousness. Like I still want to know that
yeah.
I'm me.
Exactly.
If I can carry that over with me into an animal,
That
then
would be-
sure. Because then I'm still a human just as an animal.
Yeah.
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 But you're coming back as a animal. Like you're
I don't know which animal I'd pick though.
Cow.
the fuck? No. I ain't trying to
That's
be no
so
McDonald's
scary, actually.
cheeseburger.
I would love to feed humans.
I know this is gonna sound weird at first. I'd pick a horse. You want to know why?
Shit.
Because my wife would ride me. My wife likes horses. Not in that way. I don't mean like
Oh
Put an image in everyone's
no.
if she knew it was me.
And well,
Then is it a bestiality?
and it would be humanality for you.
No,
'Cause you're
that's
going
not how
for
that works.
human. The new definition.
Well, I think either way, God's like, what the
What
fuck?
is happening here?
All right, Justin, read number 14.
Sorry, I was trying to keep a leak from happening. Would you rather not have sex for a year or have it every day of your life, but not orgasm
For a year?
Oh.
I'd just take a break. For
But
a
I'm
year.
Dude.
married, though. That affects more than me.
Dude,
Either way.
bro. It's already been like
Oh, it's kind of already that way.
Yeah, but I'm married. If I go without sex for a year, it's not only affecting me, it's affecting my wife. Like, that means my wife has to go without sex for a year unless she finds somebody else, and that's a problem.
it's been well over a year.
Or
Since you have?
Yeah.
not
Damn.
orgasm, but that.
Well over a year.
Yeah, that would
Because you
also.
lost one? Or?
No.
Okay.
I don't sleep
He
with
can't-
random people.
He can't find a
Oh,
woman.
I was talking about
Or a
something
man,
else.
but-
Never mind.
That's another.
Are you talking about
Yeah.
I don't do that either.
Really?
No.
Damn, you're hardcore. Okay.
I think of the two, I'd rather the not orgasm, just because I don't. That year would be a tough year in any marriage. Just gonna say that.
Yeah.
Well, if you're married, yeah. Single,
I think we've done that one. Yep.
not hard.
Would you rather spend the day wearing wet socks or spend the day with a popcorn kernel stuck in your teeth?
Wet socks.
I've done that before. Wet sock.
Wet socks.
You can warm up your wet socks.
I
if
was a
you're
Boy
walking
Scout.
enough.
We literally hiked miles with wet socks. It
Although
sucks.
popcorn kernels aren't that bad either.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, but it's stuck there all fucking day, and you're still like trying to get it out, and it
but
doesn't come out.
having
Use
the
your nail.
relief though.
At the end of the fucking day,
Yeah.
and you're just like you're brushing your teeth, and it's not
You're
coming
having
out.
such a
I've-
misery.
You're sucking some guy's dick, and it's still not coming out. You
I
know.
purposely leave the kernel in there because it's kind of fun to play with it with my tongue. So I
You're
don't
weird.
care.
You're fucking weird.
That's why I wanted to get my tongue pierced.
The only thing that I play around with in my
To
mouth
play
and don't
with
say
it?
dick, it's my beard hair. I'll just kind of
yeah,
just bite
put
off
in
a
your
beard
mouth.
hair, and then I'll just kind of
Oh, that's weird.
No, I like it.
If my beard hair gets
because it
long
feels
enough-
like fishing line in my
literally,
teeth.
yeah, I've literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, beard hair is about
Yeah.
the same consistency
I'd
as
probably
like fishing line, so it just feels like you have fishing line. Like you're just.
Yeah, but after you pull it out, though,
Mhm.
I
It
like
doesn't
to
hurt
do it
that
when
much
it's
to pull
still
it out.
there.
I do this and I put it under my teeth. I pull it until it comes out, and then I just
Yeah, no, that's like.
moo.
Oh man.
Would you
All right,
rather?
Let's do a couple more here. Would you rather drink 2 liters of piss or 2 liters of sweat? Sweat doesn't sound.
Sweat is
ta-
salty though.
Yeah, sweat tastes like
Yeah.
salt. It's like food. It's like salt water. I drink salt water.
I think
Sweat.
I think I'd prefer sweat too,
it is 2 liters though.
because it's also antibiotic. I mean, piss doesn't necessarily have bacteria in it, but it can, and it can make you really sick.
It can, yeah.
It's
It's gross.
and it's not good for your kidneys either.
That was gross. Would you
I
rather
mean-
lick someone's armpit or have someone else lick your armpit?
Someone else
Have
lick my
someone
armpit.
else.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
That's
feel like
easy.
that's so easy.
Yeah, just take a shot.
Because
off
at
of
least then it's like I can be nice. I can wash the area first.
Yeah.
Whereas I have
No,
to
I'd
trust
be
that
like, fuck you.
I gotta trust the person's not like a homeless guy that's never showered a day in his life. So
Would you rather have a 10-inch long
I thought
belly
I was gonna
button?
say dick.
That's why I paused.
That's suede.
belly button that sway to music or
Accordions for legs.
oh my goodness.
It's
That would be good.
Fat Albert.
It's not a long belly button. It's literally an umbilical cord. You have an umbilical cord that's 10 inches.
That
And it
sways
dance.
to music.
That's weird. This is a weird one. I'm gonna lie,
Also,
that'd
how
be
do you
fucking
explain
hilarious.
that?
It looked like you had.
Are you are you excited to see me, or is that just a gun in your pants? No, it's my belly button. Does it get erect at the sound of music, or is it always floppy and then it becomes erect and sways?
Did it put an image in your brain?
It doesn't
too?
say that. It doesn't say that your belly button is erect. It could just be floppy.
Yeah,
It just says
it's
10-inch
true.
long.
Flopping everywhere.
I mean, to be honest, when dicks are about 10 inches long, they start to not really have
Everyone would
a lot
scream and be like, "Oh, he's naked!" Oh, wait a minute.
of. Yeah, which the next one has naked.
Oh, that's convenient. Would you rather be constantly naked or always have people watch you have sex? That's a good one.
been naked.
That was a good one.
I'd rather just constantly be naked.
I just wouldn't
No,
have
I'm not
sex.
ashamed. I'm not ashamed.
I'd rather the
wouldn't have
second
sex.
one. I would rather the second one.
I just wouldn't have sex. And I'm good. So I'll
The
just
reason
say always-
the reason I'd pick the second one is because if you're always constantly naked, you can't
That's
get
so
a job,
embarrassing.
you can't drive, you can't ever be around kids, or you're gonna get arrested.
is
You go
some
to
jobs.
jail after being arrested, and you're gonna get fucked.
all you gotta do
day
is
in, day out.
become a porn star and you got money.
Yeah, but you have to be in places where it's always private because you
Yeah.
go out and you get arrested.
Oh yeah.
You got to be constantly naked, even in jail. Your butthole, you're gonna
keep taking
discover
shit
yourself.
Oh my goodness. Discovered yourself.
So no, I'm gonna pick the one where people watch me have sex.
Yeah.
I don't have to know them.
That's a
They don't have
tough
to be in the
one,
room
though.
either.
It's
So
definitely a tougher one. Did you answer it already?
Yeah, I said I'd
I don't
rather
think
be
my-
naked.
I don't
Okay.
think my wife would like either. But
What? Would you rather be just friends with someone you love or marry someone you hate?
Just be friends with someone that I love.
I
Like
mean,
deeply love, like you want to marry.
Yeah.
them.
I think I
Okay.
would rather the first one
I've already had the
Well, yeah,
first
that
one.
makes sense.
because I mean,
You don't want to marry someone you hate.
Oh,
here's
that's
the
so miserable.
The thing about marriage in God's eyes, the second you have sex with a woman, technically you're married. The second you consummate with someone and if let's say you're a guy, you take your penis and you put it in the vagina, you're
So-
now married,
So the first time I have sex, I'll be like, okay, we're married now.
basically.
Oh, man. Would you rather be just friends with someone you love or what?
There's more to that. I was oversimplifying it to anyone who's like, well, technically, it's not. I don't get fucked.
Would you rather be born with an elephant trunk or a giraffe?
Elephant trunk.
yeah.
Elephant trunk all the way. I can pick up shit.
That's true, yeah. You'd have a third arm. I could do dishes.
God, I'm doing dishes and I
Yeah,
just
I literally thought the same thing. I'd be doing dishes every night. Everyone would love it too. You could suck up water with
Sorry.
your nose too. The fun
That's
thing
pretty
is you
good.
could suck up water with your nose as well, so you could empty it faster.
Ew.
And you could also spray other people with it. Anyways,
I can bathe myself. Do I get the big ears with it too?
It'd be cute. It'd be cute to have a trunk. Now I'm thinking about
Okay, it depends on how long.
Okay, imagine a trunk on a
On-
human.
it. Yeah, that'd be kind of
Dude.
cute.
But it would always be like a cool thing, like, whoa, what the fuck is
Yeah.
that? Whereas a giraffe neck, there's people who have really fucking long
Yeah, that's
necks and they're
already a
made
thing.
fun of all the time. It's not
Yeah.
like oh my god, that's so hot, or oh, that's interesting.
I
Whereas
don't
with
think
an
it's gonna
elephant
be
trunk,
as cute as you fucking think.
long neck. Yeah,
there's people
I
that
remember
extend
that
their
guy. And the memes. Oh my
Well,
god,
some people extend them. Oh, that's fake.
that's fake. But
Long neck.
like kids who had
extensions.
long necks when we were growing up, they didn't have a fun time. I'm just saying
Yeah,
that.
it's a thing. Look
Yeah.
at that.
Okay, that's in a
normal.
culture where it's found as attractive.
Oh.
Yeah.
It can't be healthy.
It puts a lot more stress on your
On your spine.
cervical vertebrae, but
Yeah. Anyways. Back to these. Gotta find this.
Africa.
Time to figure out the countries. Would you rather never leave the country or leave and never come back?
What?
Would you rather never leave the country? That
Which
you live
country?
in, probably the country that you live in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or leave and never come back. Just never leave the country.
Never leave the country.
Yeah, I really,
I still like this country more than any other.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can never come
Actually,
back.
I don't.
You can never
Wait.
come back here though. It
Yeah.
doesn't mean you're a resident in any other country, but being
Yeah.
a resident in this country
Yeah.
is good fucking yeah.
Ooh.
Especially if you
Okay.
already have
You know what?
after you've already had residency.
I mean, technically, you
I
can live on
would
some
maybe
remote island,
go
but
to Ireland. I'd maybe live in Ireland for the fact that I could join the IRA.
Just straight up, without training.
you just emerge from the ocean. All the Irishmen are like, they're all drunk. I can't do an Irish accent right now. I wish I could.
You know what the IRA stands for, right? Irish Republican Army. You know what they are, basically? A terrorist group.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
no, I do. I thought that was like
Or
thinking-
401k.
Look up-
IRA,
look up-
401k.
look up the IRA
I'm thinking
or the
they are,
Irish-
like, it means
Irish
something.
IRA.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, technically, it is a military group. It's a military, but they're more terrorists than actual military.
Why the fuck would you want to join them?
Because they just go around all day lighting shit on fire, like
Why?
cars, and blow shit up.
What's the reasoning? Paramilitary organization
It's
that
'cause he's a
sought to
redhead.
end British rule in Northern Ireland. They were founded in 1969. Nice. I'm pretty sure that they don't exist anymore.
The IRA.
Yeah,
Are
they were there to fight
Is
the
it the-
English.
Irish Republic.
Yeah, it no longer exists.
Yeah.
As of 2015.
I mean, there might be like people who are like, I belong to the IRA kind of thing, but it's not like I don't know
It's
why
like
I was going.
Nazis. It ended.
I went with
Still,
the Indian
people are
accent.
Nazis.
I belong to the IRA.
But what I heard of the IRA was like basically a they were basically
They're
terrorists.
fighting the English. They didn't want them on their fucking
Yeah.
on their island, so they're like, I don't give a shit who dies along the way, which I don't agree with, but
Yeah.
I don't know
So
if you'd consider them terrorists, would you?
because they lost. It's because they lost.
they're terrorists.
However, if they weren't, they would be considered liberators and patriots. So it's because they lost. That's
yeah.
how the world works, baby.
yeah.
I mean, to be honest,
it would be fun just to
they
light shit
did-
on the fire.
As
and
far
to
as I know,
blow
they
shit
did
up.
kill civilians in order to make a political message, which
Yeah.
is a form of terrorism. So don't do that. You instantly lose any kind of credibility as an organization or
It won't.
whatever you want to call yourselves the
Don't
second that you
worry.
start killing innocent civilians. So be careful if you're ever gonna make any kind of uprising. Do not. Okay, if like civilians get caught in the fire, that's different than you're doing it for a message. So continue.
Would you rather be stranded on an island alone or with the person you hate the most?
hate the most because then I could use his corpse as food or
No,
something.
you're just with the person you hate the most. You're
No.
not in an island.
I would.
Oh no, you are on an island.
would be on an
I read that
island?
as like, oh, you're either on an island or alone, and the person you hate is always with you, kind of
Yeah.
thing. Oh,
I'd rather have a person, depending on how long
I
I'm
don't-
alone.
I know
I'd
this
still rather
sounds.
have the person.
I know
I'd
this
rather have
sounds-
the person that I hate because I'd kill him and use his bones for weapons and anything else. Like, you really
Well, it
think?
depends on how much
I know
you
this.
hate them,
I know
yeah.
this is gonna sound fake, but it's not. I don't really hate that many people. Like with a passion. To say that I hate someone the most, I don't fucking know who.
I think there's 3 people that I actually have hate in my heart for them.
Well, that's not healthy.
Let's have some therapy time. A is
Let me
one-
tell you about
Yes.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
Your mom? No, I'm just kidding.
Hate is murder.
Yep.
All your exes.
No, I like most of them for the majority. Just one.
Was one of them your dad?
How'd you know?
Well, I mean, if you're with the person you hate the most, you don't have to kill him.
That's true.
You're just there with the fucking ashes.
Oh man. Would you rather crap yourself once a year in public or every day in private? What?
Once
Every day in
a
private?
year in public or every day in
I already
private?
poop every day.
Poop yourself, meaning like you shit your pants.
Yeah,
I'd rather
I'm
crap
not that
myself
old
in
yet.
public once a year.
I don't know. It
Oh,
depends
man,
on where I
that'd
am
be
in
rough.
public. There are times where if you shit
would-
in front
if
of
I
a
did
like
in
a crowd
public-
of people.
If I did in public, I'd act like I'm on drugs or something, so it's not out.
No, you just start. Oh,
Dude,
that
Okay, do you guys remember when I would shit myself?
no.
Where I carried around a
diaper.
a pair of underwear almost everywhere I went if I was doing activities
Oh,
because
yeah.
I
You'd
sometimes I
accidentally
would
shart
land
yourself.
so hard that
Yeah.
I would poop myself ever so slightly, and I'd be like, oh,
Gotta
waddle
get
away.
another
I gotta go use the restroom,
I've
change my
always got
underwear.
extra underwear just in case. I get
Yeah.
sick or
I
something.
haven't shit myself since I was 5, so I don't have that problem.
Oh,
Everyone knows the last time I shit.
There's a time where it's like I
In my
really had to
pants.
go to the bathroom and it wasn't nearby.
This
And it
is
was
like an
starting
erotic
to turtle
experience?
a little bit, but it wasn't that bad.
No, it was horrible. Bren remembers.
Ooh.
it was an erotic experience between you two.
Would you rather have vaginas in your armpits or armpit between your legs? Wait, that just means,
That means
do
you
I
don't
go
have
without a
any.
dick?
Bro,
Yeah.
Vagina's in my armpit.
Yeah.
I basically have
Wait.
an armpit in between my
Wait.
legs.
Yeah.
I need to do a test real quick. Nope, that doesn't work. Ah, shit.
What do you mean? I can reach it.
No, you can do that, but I'm talking about like, can you?
Oh.
You
But the thing
can't
is-
fuck your armpit.
But the thing is, you'd have 3 sensitive spots.
I really want to
to
try
Yeah,
because I
yeah.
am really flexible. Just finger bang your armpits, bro.
Just going to town on my
Problem
wife.
is, whenever you'd pee everywhere.
I just squirted out of my fucking armpits.
Pee in
Oh my
public.
god! You could never wear a tank top.
Whenever you know when you pee a little when you're laughing, you just pee a
Also,
little.
how deep does it go? Do I have like a uterus? Is it just a vagina? Like I need to answer like questions. Like, can I carry 2 full babies to term in my chest? Will I have like really bad
And
heart
then not technically
condition?
be twins or whatever.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
oh, we're pulling that one out of your arm. Oh, I pulled that one out of your.
That would almost be better than legs, because your legs you have to separate them so much.
I assume by
Arms, you
vaginas
do
they
this.
just mean like the sexually
Yeah,
pleasuring part of the.
Yeah, we're
yeah.
just going
Yeah.
in depth with it. It's fun.
I would rather the vaginas in my armpits.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Going through all that
You
shit.
could hide it.
Yeah, but I
still.
still can't fuck myself. That's so
Yeah, you
damn.
could. I mean, no,
No.
but you could hide it still.
I
so
mean,
yeah.
just get flexible, lose a lot of weight, and then get really flexible.
You don't. You
I
can be
still
flexible.
don't think you can.
You're not long enough to reach that?
You can get flexible enough to.
I can't fold myself because of the table. I
Do
don't.
you know what I was about to say?
You want to know?
Okay.
It's kind of like, you know, okay, every guy, I want to say every guy. I know I've tried. Guys have tried
suck
at least
your
one
own dick?
to suck their own
Some
dick.
people can.
No, they can't.
Some can.
No guy can suck their own dick.
Very
Because the
flexible
second
guys.
you lean any more forward, it keeps
goes
going
in.
back further.
Yeah.
So you're just in a
No.
constant rotation. You can't fucking get it down because your rib cage is in the way. Why are you looking at me like that? You haven't tried to suck your own dick?
No.
You never wondered, like, huh, I fap.
You want to see how far you
I
can go.
fap with my hand, which would technically be a hand job. That would technically be gay. Let me take it a step further. I'm gonna fuck my own ass.
No, I have held my dick in between my butt cheeks before.
But you haven't tried to, like, just once. I was a
How do you
kid.
do that?
I was a
Dude, when
kid
it's
when I
soft?
tried. I haven't tried it as an adult.
You're showy, not a grower.
Wait, are you a grower or shower? I don't remember.
I'm kind of both.
Okay, I'm a grower, so
I mean, sometimes like I'll have just like
because if you're a grower, like guys know, but girls not so much. If you're a grower, you can actually stretch it to the point where like it's normal length is.
Yeah,
You can
yeah.
just move it around however you want to, and it's just like a little flab of stretchy skin, you know.
Oh man.
And then if it gets hard, then it's no longer flexible, and then you gotta,
Yeah.
jack one off,
no, but like like
Then
when
hate yourself.
you're not having a hard on, but you're also not fully soft, and you're just like you can still move and bend it like really well, but it's like bigger than normal.
No, I've
right?
not stuck it between my butt cheeks.
No.
No. Wait, where are we? Are we at 2 hours yet?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Aw,
we've just
damn.
been chilling. I mean, keep going. Go on.
It's actually been pretty fun.
Yeah. We kind of talk about them too a little bit. I actually enjoy that. Would you rather have a bell go off every time you're horny, or never get horny?
Bell go off.
Yeah.
You want to know why?
It
Because
makes
my
you
wife
horny.
now knows every time I'm horny. Although I get a boner anyway, so it's like a guy already has like a signal for when they're horny.
Guess what time it is?
Ming, 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 ming. She's like,
You have kids and you hear like your dad doing
you know,
this.
it would be really bad though. It would be really bad. Like, let's say your wife walks through the room and you're getting horny and the bell goes off and everyone knows it's.
Yeah.
And then there's a group of kids over here, so your wife comes through and the kids are over here and it starts going off. And I was like,
no.
oh no!
That would be horrible.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, but never getting horny is not worth
Dude,
it.
that would be
No,
hilarious
it's not.
though. Like,
They just,
I come over and
it's like, who the fuck you looking
Get out of my
at?
house. Get out of my house.
Better be me, bitch.
no, that'd be funny.
My bell starts going off too.
That'd be really fucking funny.
That's good. Would you rather? Wrong one. Would you rather be the recipient of a bukkake party or throw a bukkake party? Did I say that
I
right?
believe bukkake is
I wouldn't look it up.
It's a circle jerk in which the guys come on the girl.
Don't.
So the girls
Can they see it?
No, don't.
can't see
It's okay. It's I can explain. It's when a woman is in the middle of a ring of guys, the guys are jacking off and they're coming onto her.
Oh.
That's a bukkake. So would you rather be the recipient of one or the party of one? I'd rather be the party, but again, I'm married and that's no bueno. Because
I'm
that would
single
either mean
and I'm
that
still cringing.
that
at
would rather
both of
mean
them.
that I'm doing it onto my wife while other guys are doing it, or I'm doing it onto someone who's not my wife and that's wrong.
Ooh. Would you rather drown or
Drown.
burn to death?
Drown.
Much less painful.
Drown.
You know what?
Drown.
I wouldn't.
I don't
rather
like-
Burning
burn-
is one of the worst ways of death.
I
I'd
don't.
rather
feel it.
burn to death.
I wouldn't.
You feel it until.
As far as
it
I've
goes through
heard,
you.
and I don't know how many people were able to verify
I know
this.
you go into shock pretty fast. Though, when you're burning.
When you drown, sure,
Yeah,
the
it's one of the most peaceful ways to die.
at first it's very uncomfortable, but then it gets very peaceful.
Yeah.
And then you kind of just suffocate, but you're
Pass
kind of
out.
there, but it's like you pass out.
Yeah.
So it's almost like carbon
You fall
monoxide to
asleep.
an
But-
extent.
Basically false.
I'd rather go out like a fucking legend.
You can go out like a legend and drown.
No.
Not as much as being burnt to death.
Burnt
I'll
to
tell you
death.
that right now.
I choose burn to death.
I'm drowning all the
Not
way.
for the fact that I'm going down as a legend, just because I want to feel something before I die.
You feel something when you drown, just not as much.
No, I want to feel pain.
You start drowning.
I don't want to die. That was good. I didn't get it at first, and then it clicked.
Oh, that'd be so bad.
good.
Die with a boner. Did you know if you die with a boner, you have that boner forever?
No,
Until
that's
you-
not true.
I thought it was.
Well, if the blood clots, then
Because I heard
sure.
there's mummies that have boners.
Well, yeah, if the blood clots and it stays there because basically your dick consists of two large sponges with one smaller sponge,
That's funny.
and these
I
sponges
love that you
basically
laugh
absorb
every
a whole
time
bunch
you
of
say
blood.
sponge.
And basically, if that blood stays there for longer than 4 hours, it'll start to clot. And if that happens, it's called priapism, and it's very dangerous in guys. But yes, if you die with a boner, it'll be there probably for the rest.
I mean, you could die during sex, so yeah.
Postmortem erection, technically priapism, observed in the corpse of a man who has been executed. Wow.
Jeez. Dude, that's a good joke for so many streams now. I fucking love that.
We'll just do that, and I was like,
What?
what the fuck is that? It's like on an earlier
No,
channel.
instead
It's
of
actually
like
on
when we
Watch
say
Us.
we could say hit
like-
the bell,
No.
but
Smash,
it means
yeah.
something different.
Smash or pass with the Pokemon, and then we get our own. No, we're not getting our own bells. Jacksepticeye already did it. We can't do
I
it.
can't say
It's
that.
not original no more.
That's different.
Although we're doing it for. I love just seeing Africa just randomly. Rwanda is the top of the bottom, or the
that's
top
nice.
of the. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather. Let's see which one.
This one's
what
been
are
pretty
we just
good.
doing?
Would you rather the one that we just did?
Yeah, we did the
we'd-
drown or
yeah,
burn.
I'd rather burn to death.
I'd rather drown.
Would you rather fulfill your biggest wish or resolve your biggest regret?
Would you refill my biggest wish? Because I don't really ever regret anything.
Oh, bullshit.
I don't. I will hate it for a long time, and I'll be like, why is this way? But then I'll grow to accept it, and then I wouldn't change it because then it makes me who I am. So I never have a long-term regret of.
I don't know what my biggest regret is, so I don't know what I would be resolving. Like, what would I be resolving?
Yeah.
Like,
how do you resolve your...
Yeah.
Fulfill
My biggest wish.
The only thing I could think of that might have some significance because it's tied in with my depression is just the idea of not spending as much time with my family that I could have. But yeah. Oh God. So yeah, I'd probably.
Would you rather
fulfill
drink
my
a
biggest
cup
wish
of your mom's period blood or your dad's
Why does it say
sperm?
mums?
It's.
Would you rather drink a cup of your mom's period blood or your dad's sperm?
I'm pretty sure this is a British.
Yeah.
College
Yeah.
times.
British people are pretty dirty.
British people.
They have pretty dirty minds. So it's probably so damn good.
Ooh, that's
Yeah, this
tough.
sounds-
Because either way, that's gross and nasty.
blood tastes like metal.
If you do the sperm, you're gay.
Yeah.
But the period
And
blood
being
is.
dad as well. Makes it worse. Now, if it wasn't your.
No, I
And
don't.
how big is this cup?
Yeah, honestly.
Like, is it a shot glass? Because if it's a shot glass, then I think I could go with the period blood. But if this is like a, if it's this, then hell no, neither.
This one's a hard one.
I'd probably do
This
my
one's you
mom's
can't
period
answer.
blood.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd probably just.
I ain't
Well,
gay.
blood is
I'm
blood. Like, if you cut yourself on your arm, it's going to taste the same as period blood anyways.
No.
No. I haven't tasted it, but I'm pretty sure it's not.
Okay, well, good to know. Would you rather be a superhero or a wizard?
A superhero because you get to pick what you are.
Well, wizard you could too. Depending
Well,
on
I
what
guess
wizard. Doctor
the other
Strange.
thing about a superhero is then you immediately have a responsibility the second you're found out as being a superhero.
Not if you're a secret superhero.
Yeah, but and then you're living your life knowing that you could change things, but you don't.
Eh.
No, you could do stuff.
No, I
well.
say fuck them. Let them learn the hard way.
I still think I'd rather be a superhero. What would I do though?
I don't know. Probably superhero.
Be able to control things with my mind, I think, or
That
telekinesis.
is a very powerful, like in movies.
Because
I
you can
watch
basically
and
emulate
shows I
every
watch.
other power.
Yeah, exactly. I want a superhero that I can
Or
take other people's powers.
Even technically, teleportation is also a
superheroes' powers.
pretty powerful one too.
Yeah. Would you rather be a feminine man or masculine woman? Feminine
man. No.
Masculine woman.
Masculine woman.
Because they're
Not only the
tomboys.
benefit
I'd rather
of
be a
titties,
tomboy, yeah.
But I think that
But if you're a woman, you're not going to be like, oh, titties. Okay, never mind.
the only reason I say this for the most part is feminine men are some of the most annoying
annoying.
fucking people on the planet, whereas masculine women can be the coolest people
Yeah.
on the planet Earth.
They're really cool.
Yeah.
They can be badasses.
Yeah.
Would
Yeah,
you-
so
Yeah.
there you go.
I was reading the wrong one.
STI means STD, by the way.
Yeah, nailed it. Yeah.
Would you rather have an STD and never pass it on, or have everyone think you have an STI?
Everyone think I have an STI. Why the fuck do I care? I'm married.
Ha. Ha.
Even if everyone in my family knew or her family knew, it's like, okay.
Yeah,
And
it's just a rumor.
otherwise, oh well, one of you brought it into the marriage.
I'd just rather.
Oh, I mean, the other thing I could say is because
Yeah, I'd probably
would you
just
really
go with the
rather
rumor.
actually having it or have it be a rumor? I'd rather it be a
my
rumor.
wife's biological mother is could be a source. So
Would you
I'm not
rather-
saying that she is. I'm just saying that if everyone thought I was, at least I had
yeah.
that as an excuse.
Yeah, you can get it from your parents. It's kind of crazy. Or your mom. You can get STDs from your mom. Would you rather give birth pain-free through your mouth
Through my mouth.
or painfully through your vagina? I don't have a vagina.
Through my mouth. It's like
Pain-free.
you don't feel
Yeah,
any pain, no
yeah.
discomfort. You just
Well, you
You
probably
pull-
feel discomfort, just no pain.
no.
You can feel discomfort and no pain.
I'd still prefer the mouth. One, I don't have a vagina, so I don't know.
Yeah, I read that too. I was like, wait a minute.
Then I've also, I don't know if I read this or heard this, that there's a common, I don't know if it's a myth or not, is that after a woman gives birth, she almost immediately forgets all the pain of childbirth. So it's like when a mother, thinks back to when she was giving birth, she can't quite explain the pain because she doesn't remember it as much.
Yeah, if you're in so much pain, you
because
sometimes pass out.
Because it's sudden pain.
I mean, I literally had a seizure because I couldn't handle pain.
Yeah, but it's a ton of pain, and then it's suddenly a sudden release of a whole bunch of.
But I also had
hormones.
a testicle blow up. So
you also had concussion, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I've passed out from concussion.
Imagine, okay, like with pregnancy, it's a whole bunch of pain, but and then it's a
I've
flood.
from concussion.
It's a flood of a whole bunch of hormones right afterward. Most of them positive, so it's like eventually I think you just forget. You're not gonna forget all of it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Or we want to do a couple more, or just try and keep it on the flow.
Yeah, just 2 more.
Okay. Would you rather know what your pets think of you, or never hear them speak? Well, I'd love to hear what they think of me.
I'd love to hear what they think of me. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Nos. You know what I think? You're the best.
Fucking Simon.
Fuck you.
Why?
Why? Why?
Stop calling me.
Yeah.
Stop calling me. Oh, that was good.
By the way, I'm a woman.
That's a joke from whatever cat you had.
Yeah.
Man.
He looks up at you. That would be him, not you, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some dogs, I believe that's true.
Yes, yeah.
Some dogs are weird.
Yes.
What?
Have you ever
You're a
been
great watchdog,
around? Wait,
right?
hold on. Have you ever been around a cat that is what are they called?
In heat.
In heat.
No.
No.
It's fucking awkward.
They're horny as fuck, aren't they? Here's my butt.
I don't care. I'd stick it in me.
Yo, they are so fucking
I'm a Pickle Morty.
Especially the women,
Rick.
like women cat. They're like, fuck me.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa.
No.
For one, you couldn't take this. For two,
I
I
mean,
would kill you.
to be honest, cat penises are barbed, so I imagine she'd prefer just a little bit too big versus
a
barbed.
little bit too big.
You just said your penis is.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Oh man.
A little bit too big.
I'll fuck you with my regular dick and let's see how small it is.
Oh man, that's funny.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
Okay, bet.
Ding, 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 ding.
Would you rather know what your pets? No, wrong one. Would you rather be incredibly beautiful and incredibly stupid, or very ugly and super intelligent?
I feel like beautiful people who even are stupid make it somehow in life. Like if I'm beautiful and I can have an OnlyFans, I'm set for life. Whereas if I'm very ugly and super intelligent,
rather be stupid.
I actually have to put in some kind of effort. So
I'd rather be stupid.
beautiful and stupid.
Already am stupid.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I was like, I'm already mostly stupid anyway.
Also, whoever wrote this, think of other fucking adjectives than incredibly. You said incredibly beautiful and incredibly stupid.
Hey, they were the best ones so far, so don't give them too much crap.
No, the adjective.
best
Just pick a different
website.
adjective. You said very ugly and super intelligent, but you said incredibly beautiful and incredibly stupid. Use a different fucking adjective.
Did you save this?
That's what I'm about to do.
Oh, okay.
Because we can do more. Because there's a lot.
We were on 30.
Do the last one as the last one.
Okay.
Whatever it is.
Would you rather be able to speak to animals or every language in the world? Duh. Language of the world.
No, animals.
No, you could get paid a lot of money doing the languages of the
Yeah.
world, like a lot of money,
Shit
especially
ton.
if you know all of
Do you
them.
Six
know
figures.
how much you could get paid for
To talk to
animals?
animals? Good point.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Animal whisperer.
Yeah,
You know
but
how much money
will
people
anyone-
spend
Will
on their
anyone
animals?
believe you
That's
though?
crazy, yeah.
Will anyone believe you?
Dude, it would
'Cause
just
you
show.
go,
It would just show in the animal.
Yeah, they say they fucking hate you.
No, you could just show in the animal, like, hey, what's going on? Like, what kind of like
Yeah,
discomfort are you
therapy for
feeling?
the
Like,
dog.
yeah, like
Yeah.
what are you feeling? Like
True.
this. Well, this is what they
So
need.
you could teach
Give
that
it to
dog
them.
so fast.
Yeah, but everyone's gonna
Talk to
think
each
you're
other.
crazy.
I don't care. I get to talk
start
to
barking.
any animal. That would be sick. Like, I would
Start
go down
barking
and like
growling.
speak whale and be like, yeah. Like I could hear them and be like, I understand what you're saying.
I get you. Even as a
Dude,
human, I get you.
there was, I don't know if it was you that told me this,
Yeah, I think I'd rather speak to animals. To take that back.
that there was a whale that got tagged and it ran out of the battery that ran out of, so the tag, no, it wasn't you. This is something I heard
I'm just
from
like, not me.
a marine biologist. So someone tagged a killer whale, and because it beeped, it would talk to it because it was on the same frequency
Mhm.
as, but it was just the
Kinda
battery.
like birds. too.
And it ran out the battery so much faster because it was like because it was for their voice. It was to pick up like their sound. So like the more it happened, the more battery it used. But it would, instead of lasting months, because of the beeping, it only lasts a few weeks, and that's thousands and thousands of dollars used in a shorter period of time. So they were like, shut the fuck up, instead of, it was really funny.
I would be like,
I've heard whales died from noises too, because they get all confused on where they're supposed to
I'd be
go.
like, wait, we can develop technology in which a beep of a certain frequency will get a response of whales?
Pretty sure that's happened.
Oh,
Yeah,
but we
no,
get
that's
to
what I was
lose the
talking about.
device that was
yeah.
intended for. Oh, that's stupid.
No, like they get annoyed because killer whales will talk to their the tracker. Like
but they actually die because they get miscommunicated and go the wrong direction. They'll
Interesting.
beach themselves on accident.
Huh.
I've seen that online. It's crazy.
They also beach themselves if they're sick.
Yeah.
They also
'cause
do
they
it
can't
if
do
they mess up a calculation for a seal. They
True.
can beach themselves.
Because they can't turn fast enough.
Well, they miss and then they beach themselves too far, and then they're fucked.
Right up the blowhole.
Right up the poopy chute.
Poop shoot. Poop, poop, poop. Oh, no. Yeah. Okay. Piece of advice to anyone out there.
Oh.
Turn that off or down. Holy shit.
Why can I only hear it out of one?
Yeah, I hear it only in one ear too. I think it's the video.
Yeah. No, I hear
Is it gonna
both.
blow up? Oh,
Yeah.
this one blows up.
Yeah.
I've seen this one.
Dude, you could die.
Yes.
If you
Yeah.
was in the range of that,
If
oh my goodness.
if you see a beached whale, do
Do
not
not.
touch it.
Yeah.
Yep.
The reason that this happens is because the whale blubber is so fucking thick that all of the gases that happen after decomposition
Yeah.
just build and build
That's
and
not
build. And
far.
we're talking like popping something more pressurized
he's
than a
playing with fire
fucking
here.
truck tire.
I'm pretty sure he was trying to do it.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
That's like trying to
Oh.
take a screwdriver to a truck tire,
That's
like
so
kind of thing, but
gross.
times
Just
10.
explode.
That is so gross.
It smells awful too. I can
Yeah.
assure you that much. Oh, I've seen this one too. This one's pretty bad.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh, looks like a
maybe
human
no. That's
flying
a
out.
sperm whale.
Oh.
It
goodness.
yeah. If you're
That's
not careful,
weird.
it'll.
That's crazy. That because it builds so much gas. It's
Yep.
Crazy.
Wow.
We do that as humans, but we're able
nowhere
to
near
expel
big.
it out of our body.
Well,
They
yeah,
can't.
Their blubber's a lot thicker than ours.
Very
Yeah.
thick.
What the hell? Is that the mouth? Oh, they're trying to save it.
It's dead.
Yeah. They're still trying
No,
to save it.
they're-
for some reason.
They're trying to get it into the water.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it's dead.
And they don't know it yet.
It may be moving, but that doesn't mean it's
Oh,
alive.
does it?
Yeah, it blows up. Oh, they're about to blow it up.
Oh.
Well, okay, that's cheating. Oh, I think.
I don't think you can show that on YouTube.
Oh, all this shit we weren't really.
Oh, it's on
proud.
YouTube. What am I kidding?
Yeah, this can't show on YouTube. Oh, wait a minute. Technically, this isn't allowed.
It would have been really funny if it went like the whale exploded, and you know how it has the rolling credits and the sound that plays right
Yeah.
afterward.
Why was there a go on the video?
The video that we watched.
No, back
What?
to that one.
This one?
Look, go onto the screen. No,
Oh my
go
God.
back. That one. Go onto the screen. Why is the microphone or the mic volume
Well,
off?
it's so we don't hear
That's
it.
for our video.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah, we don't
okay,
want to hear
okay.
ourselves while we're talking. That's pretty
Yeah.
distracting.
Yeah, it is. Okay, never mind. You go.
So, did they kill the whale humanely or something?
That's what I was
I think it was
thinking.
already dead.
Or dying. It may have been dying, so they're just
And
trying to get
no,
it.
I don't see
I'm hoping it was
any
already
way
dead, 'cause that
that they would purposely do it if it was alive.
Yeah, but why do a
Why
why
would
do
they
a
water
charge?
its mouth then? They're
What?
watering its mouth earlier.
Those are pedestrians. They don't know any better.
They don't know shit.
No, they don't. So eventually,
Well, why would they blow up the head? Blow up the body where
The
it would
brain.
already explode anyway.
it's just in case that the
It
animal's
is
still
alive.
alive.
The
Good
brain.
boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Well, that exploding whales. That's how we're gonna leave it off today.
I hope you sleep well.
All right. See you. Wait. Okay. When are we doing the next one?
We'll see you next time. Who knows
What do you mean next time?
We don't know.
I
what
mean, you
next
know it's
time
gonna be
is.
2 a.m., but I mean, I gotta
2
study. I gotta work. Like, I can't do it tomorrow.
Oh, that's fine. We can do it on Saturday or Friday, the normal days.
Okay. Well, then Saturday morning at 2.
Yeah.
Wait, don't end it yet
No.
because. Okay. Oh, the problem is we're live, so now I gotta explain it. Whenever you end the stream on that button, it cuts it off like a few seconds.
After.
So you can't hit it right after I say goodbye. It's like, bye. And then we got to awkwardly kind of stare and move around a little bit. And then you hit finish.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll see you this week, at the end of this week, I guess. Oh,
See
that's
you.
Monday.